Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Sons of Liberty. Another episode, 51.
You want?
I'm your host with the most, Sunny here. I'm with my co-host here. Not you guys fucking lying. Come on. You gonna say something? No? No? Oh yeah? Good so? This is why I hate Jewish people and furries, bro. Oh fucking gosh, bro.
Wild.
So you're gonna introduce yourself, or are you just gonna fucking have our dicks in the air, and in our hands, you know?
Whoa, what do you mean by that? That's pretty sus. What are you trying to say, bro?
Are you gonna introduce yourself? What?
I mean,
Oh my gosh, bro. That's why I hate gay people. Did you say raw?
I said, bro.
Yeah, he wants it raw. All right, guys. My name is King Shao, and 49 episodes left.
That's how we get season 2.
Bro, what?
Well,
You gonna fucking introduce yourself?
yeah, this is.
Oh, right. Me.
This
I'm
sucks.
Kaika.
This sucks. Restart. Fuck this shit.
No, we're
It's
using this
terrible.
as our
It's-
intro.
no,
This is
no.
our intro. No, this is our intro.
Yeah,
We're gonna stick with it.
We're
gonna stick with it.
Watch
No,
me
we're gonna
press the
stick with
stop
it.
recording button. Watch me, dog.
I can't watch you.
We don't have
obviously.
to press the stop recording button. I could just edit it out.
Oh yeah, just do that. I guess.
You know who's in Paris, guys?
On you.
Welcome back to
Joe
Sons of
Biden.
Liberty. My name is King Shao. Season 2 is never coming out.
I'm Kaika. I'm a Destiny 2 Dirty Z2 casual. Wow, I've.
How's
been
how's
long.
that going for you, bud? Final shape?
Oh man, I'm
He's not touched the
disappointed.
game, bro.
Got a new idea,
Yeah.
bud.
It makes me depressed every time I think about Destiny 2 and what it could have been. Anyways.
When
Yeah.
It's an amazing game, bro. What do you mean?
Nah. I mean, it was an amazing game.
What do you mean was?
No, it
When was
wasn't.
it? When was
It was
it?
never
Alright.
good.
Here's my hot take. Up until Beyond Light, amazing game. After
That's
Beyond
cap,
Light,
bro.
I
Shadow Keep was ass.
completely disagree.
Child Cave was ass, bro.
Shadowkeep was good for the health of the game.
Forsaken was pretty good. Warmind was atrocious. Curse of Osiris was atrocious.
What?
Vanilla
Curse of
game
Osiris
was
is the best
pretty bad.
DLC, bro. Curse of
That's-
Osiris is
nah,
the
bro.
best
That is
DLC,
cope.
bro.
That is
that is
cope.
It is
actual
literally the
cope.
best DLC.
That's
bro.
copium, dog. That's
It was
bro,
a cool concept, but they did nothing with
Bro,
it.
the
The
whole
gameplay was
season
terrible.
was Trials of Osiris that wasn't even complete.
Okay, so you mean right? It's good because that was when he was straight.
That's when fucking who was it, Lord
This-
Think about
this
it.
would be a
When they
perfect
made
time.
him
14.
gay, when they made him gay, that's when the game was starting going shit.
I think this is the perfect
Nah,
time for you
bro.
to introduce yourself and move on.
Yeah, I agree.
No, fuck you guys. You guys didn't introduce yourselves
God,
for
you're
my
so
intro.
gay.
All right,
Hold on,
he's
Disney.
the most with the least. Sonny
Yeah,
Cockeye.
host with the least words in the script.
I'm about to put my cock in your honor.
You better.
Hey yo,
Wait, what?
Date and time, dog.
Yo.
guys remind me of Joe Biden, man. Like it's something
Oh,
Joe
that-
Biden would
Put-
do.
That was terrible. Just
Did he put
shut
a cock
up.
in your honor?
I'm actually gonna press the stop recording button. This is terrible.
Shut up!
This is so
Shut up.
bad.
You're so
Sorry.
bad. You're literally gay.
Bro, I like how your only corrective is to Chow is that he's gay. Like,
Is that
pick
not
a
true?
new insult.
Yeah, right. Like that's gonna like destroy me. Oh no, I like the same sex. Life over.
Oh yeah, you like Donald Trump.
I kind of
No,
do, but
you
I
gotta
kinda
hit him where it
don't.
hurts, bro. You gotta hit him where it hurts. You're a libertarian. You'll never have a president. Lol.
Fuck you.
You wanna know something funny?
Hey buddy. What about that
What?
religion that nobody believes in? What about that religion that will never, ever receive public support? How about that?
You wanna know
Okay.
something funny?
I don't need public support. Leave public support, bro. Gay people.
How does it feel
Gay-
to know
gay.
that you're literally in a cult? How's that
How does
feel?
it feel that to describe a person that's gay is literally like queer is weird as well. Gay is happy. Obviously, you guys are not.
Queer is weird. Interesting.
Okay, honestly, okay, I'm just gonna say this mini topic. He's actually completely correct. Gay means happy, right? Right? But have you ever actually seen a gay person that's been happy for longer than 5 minutes?
Bro, they always want
I
more,
dare
more,
you to
more,
find me
bro.
one.
Are you happy?
Let's talk about Joe Biden.
Speaking of unhappy people because of his poll numbers,
No,
Joe
no, no, no,
Biden.
no. This is
That
a better
I
transition.
already did.
Speaking of people who like kids, Joe Biden.
You know, I'm
Oh.
pressing the button. Fuck this nuclear.
No,
We're
we're
done.
good.
We're
No.
done. It's done. It's over.
No, I say it was good the whole time.
Okay, we're recording now. All right.
That's why I hate gay people, bro.
Why do you hate
Oh,
people?
alright.
Because you literally deleted our fucking intro.
All right. Okay. Here's the thing, right? I'll put in both files, and all I ask is to only keep the stuff in there that's actually funny, and don't just like dump it all in.
The pedophile. You should call it the pedophile. Get
Die.
it? Because you putting a
Because that's
file.
what you secretly are. Welcome back to Sons of Liberty. My name is
Well, I
Kate
secretly
Chow.
am. I'm not gay.
Whoa.
Only gay people can be pedophiles. Like Catholic priests.
Oh yeah, you know a
So
lot
you're
about
saying
that,
Catholics are fucking
I'm
gay?
not even a Catholic. I hate Catholics.
right? Bro.
So wait,
the
are
Christian
Catholics gay?
infighting is insane.
Catholics are gay. Because
Interesting.
they're... Think about
I
it,
think
right?
the Pope is gay, actually.
I think that's why when he came into like office or Pope shit, whatever, he said that it's okay to be gay, even though his Bible literally says no, okay. That's why
That's
I hate
kind of true.
Catholics.
It's like, you can't suck cock, and he's like, alright, go suck cock.
Exactly. I bet you're very experienced with that.
Whoa, I am definitely not. But, you know who is? Joe Biden. A good transition, right, guys?
You know what? Fuck it. Fine.
Just like the LGBT, good transitions. Actually, no, it's not good transition.
Hey,
They also
yo.
still look like men. They look like toads.
Alright, guys. This is gonna be a serious topic because,
Why?
well, people died. And more specifically, American soldiers died.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to stop you in your tracks. I have to do something real quick.
Speaking of people who suck cock, Joe Biden.
God.
Alright, guys. We gotta be serious.
Speaking of people who are too old for this shit, Joe Biden. Let's talk about Joe Biden, guys. Like we do every time on this fucking podcast. 49 left. 49.
Alright, guys. Joe Biden. Well, we need to be serious about this. People died, and more specifically, it was American soldiers. And obviously, like, the number one thing as president you don't want happen is your own soldiers dying a brutal death, and that's the only way to describe what happened in the situation. So, as we've been talking about for the past couple episodes, Iran has been emboldened by the Biden administration. And something that happened, I think it was 2 days ago at this point, was an Iranian proxy group in Jordan decided to send one of their drones to an American base and killed 3 American soldiers and injured 40. A lot of the injured people have permanent brain damage now. So even though they didn't die, I mean, they're basically vegetables at this point. So, the question is...
Vegetables and
What-
love salad. God. Don't put that in.
That's
Don't put that in.
crazy.
Please do not put that in.
Alright, I'll get rid of that, don't worry.
What?
I'm going to hell.
You don't even like salads because you... Never mind.
Ain't no way.
Hold on, wait, hold
No,
on.
I'm going to include it now because of
I
that.
No,
actually
finish-
do like
finish
some
the-
salads.
Some?
Alright.
Yeah.
Name one.
Name what?
Name 10 salads. Go.
10. I don't know. I'll say this, dog. You go to Stonefire, bro. The fucking salad from there is peak.
All right. Name 5 salads.
Name 10 books.
So about whatever the fuck is going on in Iran, right? Like,
Alright, let's talk about it.
please
So-
don't be cutting that out, please.
Iran has been what was I saying? Oh yeah. It's been emboldened by the Biden administration over the I think at this point 3 days ago, an Iran proxy group in Jordan sent their drone to an American base. And they did this strategically because an American drone was supposed to return to the base as well. What was unaware was the fact that this was an Iranian drone. So the Iranian drone actually went to the base because the Americans were confused, assuming that it was their very own. They let it onto the base, and that drone then, after that, killed the 3 Americans and injured the 40. And the question after this event that has occurred is, what is the correct proportional response to not only this proxy group, but also to Iran? And the Biden administration has been, in my opinion, kind of weak on Iran. We've talked about this in previous episodes, but since the start of the year, they've been basically going on these interviews and saying one word to describe their foreign policy against Iran, and that is, quote, don't. So a reporter will ask, for example, Joe Biden, say, "What is your message to Iran?" And he'll say, "Don't." And then Kamala Harris will go on an interview like a couple days later. Same reporter will ask the same question, and she's like, "Don't." That is their whole policy since the start of the year. Just saying "don't" to Iran, assuming that nothing bad will happen. Which is, by the way, garbage policy because you don't make your intentions clear at all. Right? Iran doesn't know, and they probably don't care. They don't know if you are being serious about just saying "don't." Because "don't" could have many sort of connotations. It could have many interpretations. And because of Biden's weakness in foreign policy, which started in Afghanistan, they are probably rightly assuming that they could walk all over the United States and have no repercussions, which is essentially what's happening here. And as I mentioned, Afghanistan kind of kicked it off, like Joe Biden being weak in terms of foreign policy. But really emboldened Iran was the fact that Joe Biden, as we covered in podcast 49, he actually.
Wait, you remember which one?
Yes, I do. He released $6 billion worth of aids to Iran. We talked about this in the episode. We were basically planning on Joe Biden because he was like, "Oh, if we give the $6 billion to Iran, they won't use it for terrorist activities. They're going to use it for humanitarian aid." And then the Iranian president went on television and was like, "Oh yeah, whatever we deem as humanitarian aid is what it's going to be used for." And then the reporter was like, "Okay, well, does that include this and this and this?" And he's like, "Whatever the people want." So basically, he was going to use it for whatever he wanted. It was a ridiculous claim, because even if they were going to use it for humanitarian aid, the money that they didn't need to spend on humanitarian aid because of the $6 billion was going to go to military programs, which was the whole problem with this in the first place. Regardless, Joe Biden recently came out with a statement saying he does not have a decisive action or decisive response to Iran, meaning he still needs to decide what he wants to do with Iran. I'm okay with that. But when Joe Biden says explicitly he doesn't want to enter war with Iran, then it gives him the upper hand, because this is what Ben Shapiro points out. United States doesn't want war with Iran. But you know who else doesn't want war with Iran? Iran doesn't want a war with the United States.
Well, yeah.
It's that simple. It's way more than the United States not wanting war with Iran.
Well,
because Iran knows we will obliterate them.
I mean, we will.
Exactly. So let's watch this first clip of Joe Biden. The title says he has a response. He doesn't. It's very clear in the clip.
All right.
Yes.
What's the message of Iran responsible for the death of those 3 Americans?
I do hold them responsible in the sense that they're supplying the weapons to the people who did it. We'll have that discussion.
How do you
these attacks in the past? What will be different this time?
We'll see.
How do you decide?
The reason why the city, why they're going to the city, what war are you?
I don't think we need a wider war in the Middle East. That's not what I'm looking for.
Donald Trump be allowed on the ballot?
As far as I'm concerned, that's fine.
Why do you even hold to be the threat to democracy, as you say?
Because guys like you.
What am I doing?
Jesus, man.
It's early.
Okay, I'll say this. All right.
Yeah.
A part of me does kind of think that's a good thing. That Joe Biden's not just like, kind of haphazardly starting wars. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously we don't want to look weak, to the world stage. But I think being reserved about who we go to war with is a good thing, especially considering, like you opened up with in the beginning, wars have consequences. They result in death. And at some point, it's certainly more complicated than just Joe Biden bad, which I know is something we say a lot on this podcast, but like, I think in this case, Joe Biden probably is being, I don't know if I'd say reasonable, but certainly not, he's not being an idiot. He's not like actively sabotaging the nation this time.
All right. Let me tell you why he is being an idiot. This is my opinion.
All right. What's
All
up?
right. So Joe Biden has famously had a policy of appeasing Iran since he's been in office. We touched about this on the $6 billion of aid he released to him. And that has basically allowed Iran to fund these proxy wars in Israel, in Syria, and in Jordan, as we see now. If Joe Biden's response is not harsh right now, he is not going to be able to contain Iran. And Iran is taking advantage of the time right now because they know it's an election year, meaning Joe Biden is much less likely to get into a war with Iran than he is like 2 years ago because it's not an election year.
Right, that's fair. So,
So he needs
really,
to-
he's just trying to secure his own, victory,
Correct.
or will
He-
try.
He has to have a strong response, but he doesn't want to have a strong response because that could hurt him even more electorally, which is crazy because he's running in like the high 30s in terms of poll numbers. So, it's going to be definitely a close election in terms of who's going to win because, yeah, if he starts a war with Iran, that could make or break his re-election campaign for sure since it's so close.
That
If he was
makes
maybe a
sense.
little bit more popular, he probably could have a little bit more leeway, but he doesn't.
Mm.
Now, not sure how to transition to this, but this is a little side note we have in this topic. Joe Biden was promised by Xi Jinping, which is the communist leader of China, that he
That's
would
right.
not basically start. He wouldn't do any sort of meddling that would hurt Joe Biden electorally, and that is 100% electoral interference. And this, by the way, is not the first time it's happened with Democrats. Barack Obama famously did this with Russia in I can't remember what year. I think it was like 2014, 2013, something like that, where he basically said to Russia, "Hey, if you're calm right now, I'll let you have something more in after the election year." And that's
Yikes.
and that's how Crimea fell, actually. So Crimea was initially part of Ukraine, and then because of Barack Obama saying, "Hey, if you don't do anything to hurt my electoral chances, I'll let you kind of have whatever you want." And that's how they took Crimea
Yeah.
in the first place.
Well,
So it's not the first time this has happened.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up, of course, because, the biggest point against Trump, other than just, gnashing of teeth, racist, sexist, like the actual, point against him was that he was best buddies with Vlad, best buddies with
Yep.
Putin, and that there was a Russian collusion going on, and Russia was meddling with the U.S. elections. So that would be very interesting if it turns out, oh wait, Russia was colluding with the election, just not the right one,
Yeah.
and the idea that in many ways I think Russia and China in recent years, from my point of view, I could totally be off base about this, have kind of swapped roles, like geopolitically with the U.S.
Yeah.
And
100%.
so nowadays, the U.S. and China are definitely trying to, I guess, act like they're on good terms, sort of from the outside, but there's definitely a lot of hostility and aggression, especially when you look past, Xi Jinping's interactions with our less than functional president.
Mhm.
So as far as all that is concerned, when the ruler of a quasi-communist, well, not even really communist, just I guess communist LARPing authoritarian capitalist state that does not have the US's best interest at heart, when they say we pinky promise we're not going to impact with your elections, it's only right to be skeptical, because why would China say that directly to Biden if they were not trying to cover up some backdoor dealings? And I gotta say, this is pretty this is like lying 101. You know, try not to bring up your lie as much as possible. You know, like,
Yeah.
this is incredibly strange. Why would Xi Jinping go out of his way to talk to another leader about how they're definitely not trying to mess with their election? I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'd almost say this is fake. Like, it's some kind of controlled opposition thing going on, but I have no real basis to say that, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's pretty accurate. I don't disagree
Well, because
with
it just doesn't
much.
make sense
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
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 You know,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
the consequences of treating Biden like how every single news outlet treated Trump is really starting to wear and tear on our ability to seriously talk about topics that are actually interesting and relevant. Because at some point, you really think about it, what do we have new to say about Biden? He is slowly fucking up America, constantly. And there are plenty of examples where you can see Biden completely mismanage his position.
Yeah.
But,
Slowly, bro. He's been fucking killing it fast,
eh,
bro.
I mean, not that fast.
I mean, it's definitely slow in the sense. It depends on how relative you describe years. So
Yeah.
if you think 4 years is a lot of time, then it's slowly. If you think 4 years is not a lot of time, then it's not slowly.
I mean,
So,
you
so
know,
it depends.
I think it's really more about, like, well, because the maximum term that a president can be in this country is 8 years. And so when you
Correct.
look about it like that, you know, there are presidents who have done a lot more damage in a lot less time, and I don't think Biden is one of those people. I don't think that Biden is personally capable of being any more incompetent than he already is, you know? Like, and of course it's not all incompetence. There's a little bit of malice there too. The whole MAGA Republicans, Dark Brandon speech is a perfect example of that. But
I would say that Joe Biden's probably one of the worst presidents of all time. I think it's super hard to beat Joe Biden. I think people make arguments for the one president before the Civil War, but I'm pretty sure I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure there's not much he could have done to prevent the Civil War. And I guess from there it's like, all right, you get into the slave owners that were like deep Confederates that wanted to uphold slavery at all costs. And that's who like Joe Biden is competing against. So that just shows a little bit of his character.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about Joe Biden's presidency is that it's not even really Joe Biden's presidency. It's the presidency
true.
of his administration and all of the people who are actually making all of the big decisions.
It's hilarious because they're all
not him.
horrible.
Well, yeah. The difference is they're horrible on purpose. Joe Biden is horrible on accident and on purpose.
Yeah, it's actually kind of wild.
Yeah. And so it's not really any wonder then why we talk about him so much. But, I think we might do good sometimes to maybe try to keep it a little bit diversified. But hey, as long as he's going to be our president, I think we're allowed to, rattle our
Not
chains
for
a little bit and talk about
long.
him.
Not for long.
Is that a segue?
Not really.
No,
No,
is
not
that a
really.
segue? Like we could pull this up. And
I mean, I
make that-
guess, yeah.
Make that a segue.
Yeah, let's make it a segue. Fuck it.
Speaking of not
Oh, no.
president for long,
Donald Trump.
Let's talk about the other one
All right.
because
So
something's going on.
Donald Trump, as I'm sure we're all aware, is being hit with legal battles all across the nation. And one of those legal battles has ended in an unfavorable way for Donald Trump. And that was the lawsuit that E. Jean Carroll filed against Donald Trump. And a lot of you are like, who is E. Jean Carroll? Like this, I've never heard of this person before. It makes no sense. Let me give you a little bit of context. And I'll tell you the decision at the very end of this. But essentially, E. Jean Carroll is kind of this quasi-influential person in the New York scene. She was more influential like 30 years ago.
Damn.
And a couple years ago, she claimed that Donald Trump raped her in a merchandise store in which she cannot remember the exact year, the exact time, the exact layout of the store, the exact season, the exact year. She cannot remember anything besides that Donald Trump raped her and that it was about 30 years ago. Those are the only two things she remembers about the incident. And a New York jury found that Donald Trump was liable for sexual abuse against E. Jean Carroll, which is ridiculous because she initially was claiming rape and they downgraded it to sexual abuse, which is a little concerning because there's literally no evidence. So I don't know why they just didn't outright throw it out. But it's a civil case. It's not an actual criminal case, which means the burden of proof is a little bit different. So with
Wait,
a
how
criminal
is the
case,
burden of proof different? That doesn't make any sense.
because in a criminal case you have to prove without a reasonable doubt, right, that Donald Trump actually
Right.
raped her. In a civil case, you don't actually need that.
What?
All you really need is like, okay, whose story is better to the jury, and then whoever's more convinced, because it's a lawsuit, right? Lawsuits are a little bit different than criminal
So
cases.
it's not truly innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, so that's why I said Donald Trump's liable of sexual abuse, not that he's guilty of sexual abuse, because civil cases can't actually can't actually make anyone a criminal. That it's a little bit different. It's a lawsuit.
Which, can I just say, is like already kind of sketchy, because if Donald Trump actually was this, sexual assaulter, wouldn't
it be prosecuted by the state?
Yeah, right? Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be...
Democrats would eat that up.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yep.
they've been calling Trump a sexual deviant ever since 2015, all the
Yep.
way back during the start of his first presidency.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, so she won that case against Donald Trump. It was downgraded to sexual abuse. Not clear how Donald Trump sexually abused her, but the jury decided that he did not penetrate E. Jean Carroll, but he probably did something else with her.
So you're saying he didn't fuck her right in the pussy? Oh,
He did not
dang.
penetrate her with his penis.
What the fuck?
Allegedly, his penis was doing other things against E. Jean Carroll.
Yeah, yo.
Also not very clear because there's no evidence against Donald Trump. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. E. Jean Carroll was like, I think Donald Trump raped me 30 years ago, but I have literally zero proof to back that up. And the
But
jury
does
was
he
like,
have an
okay.
alibi? That's
Well, it
Do
was
you know-
30. You can't have an alibi on something where she doesn't know the exact day. That's the whole problem with
Wait,
the case.
so then there's no precedence for the case.
I don't know about precedents because New York law is a little different, but that's what the jury decided.
New York moment.
Yeah,
Aw,
and
bro,
it was
New York,
obviously
bro, I hate New York, bro, because now there's a bill or whatever, because for Chick-fil-A, that they have
Yeah.
to stay open
Oh my
for
god.
Sunday, and this is why I don't like New York, bro. New York can go die in a rat hole.
Wait.
Like they already are.
So to clarify, you're mad that New York is enforcing Chick-fil-A
To stay open on Sundays, bro.
so to not respect the Sabbath. So
I'll look at you, knowing the words,
okay,
knowing the Sabbath.
Chow, I think you agree with Sonny more than you disagree with because
I don't
New
think I
York-
do.
Let me tell you why.
I think that someone is a little bit salty, a little bit hoping that they're not having their religion pandered to by the state. There's a little something called a separation of church
No,
and
it's
state
not
that we-
pandered to, right? It's because we have this right to follow whatever religion or faith that we believe in,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
to really,
Chow, you don't think that this is a violation of it's basically the government coming down unnecessarily harshly on Chick-fil-A? Like, don't you think more rights should be given to businesses? Don't you think
Okay.
the state is actually taking
I
away
thought about
a lot of rights?
and of course I'm memeing with Sonny here.
nah.
obviously,
He's
but-
like, I thought
but-
about it. I fuck Sony.
But okay, but here's what I'll say, right? I think the religion angle is kind of a dead point in the water. Here's what I would say, all right? There is a pretty classic right in the Bill of Rights under the First Amendment that isn't freedom of speech. It's called freedom of association. And the thing about freedom of association is that it is constantly disrespected and overmined by our government, both federal and state and local, because people sometimes like to associate themselves and not associate themselves with people for dumb or petty or maybe even outright hateful reasons. But here's the thing about that. Just like freedom of speech, it's an all or nothing. You can't have freedom of association with exceptions, just like how you can't have freedom of speech with exceptions. And in this case, this is a right of Chick-fil-A's to deny service to people on Sundays. That is their right as both a business and as individuals working there to refuse service to anyone, anytime, anywhere, for any reason, and they don't actually have to give an explanation as to why. That's what freedom of association is, and when it is allowed to exist and prosper, not only does it, enfranchise people with the rights that they are naturally born with, but it also contributes to a healthy market economy and society. So, in that sense, I completely agree with and support Chick-fil-A in this endeavor. I think that, not opening on Sundays is kind of a bit of a virtue signal, but that doesn't matter. It never has. The important part is that they should be allowed to, because they have to be allowed to, because it is a natural right. And if we do not see it as a natural right, then why is it in the Constitution? And if we can just overwrite the Constitution or disregard it, then what kind of country are we really becoming? That's kind of a reoccurring question that I keep seeing when I look into all these topics that we talk about. This is kind of a, I guess, overarching theme, is that the government is so willing to overwrite and step on its own rules and laws when it comes to the freedoms of the individual. And it's such a common practice that you almost kind of have to wonder why those rights of the individual are even codified into American law in the first place. Like, what's the point of having a Bill of Rights if you don't respect the rights and therefore don't respect the bill?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's they should have the right to refuse service.
I completely agree as well.
Now, getting back to Eugene Carroll, because it was a little bit of a tangent.
Yeah, but it was an important tangent.
True. Let's talk about what happened after Donald Trump was found liable for sexual abuse. So after it, Donald Trump was like, Eugene Carroll is a complete nut because she doesn't remember anything. I definitely did not sexually abuse her. The system's rigged, blah, blah, blah. You know how Donald Trump goes off.
I mean, it is, but yeah.
And so Eugene Carroll was like, you know what? That's defamation. Because he was convicted. He was found liable of sexual abuse. So she took this to court.
Honk, honk.
Facts. She took this to court on the grounds of defamation because he was already convicted, or he was found liable of sexual abuse. And Donald Trump was saying he did not do these actions.
I did not have sexual relations with that one.
Facts. So yeah, this went to trial, and the New York judge is a complete nut as well. I mean, when Donald Trump says Eugene Carroll is a nut, not wrong. When he says the judge is a nut, also not wrong. Let's just take a look on what Eugene Carroll has said in the past about like what she thinks about rape, for example.
Oh no.
So let's look at this first clip. It's a Facebook clip because I literally couldn't find it on the internet.
It's so over.
So this is Eugene Carroll. Just watch this full clip.
Where? Okay, I'll watch that.
You don't feel like a victim?
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished. Which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
What the hell?
So this woman is a fucking nut, all right? Complete certified nut.
Did she just say that most people think that rape is sexy?
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's exactly what she said. This woman is a complete nut, and
Yeah,
Donald Trump is not wrong to say that.
Dude.
She is retarded.
I genuinely hope that Donald Trump did not do anything with her because, bro, you know what they say about sticking your dick in crazy.
What? Nah. What did they say? What did they say? What did they say? I'm curious.
Just
What's the saying?
don't do it. Don't stick your dick in crazy. That's like a saying. You serious?
I've never heard that saying.
Is bro not cultured? That's crazy.
I'm not cultured.
Yeah. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay.
You're not. Cry about it.
Crazy.
Bro, I'm gonna start a war in this call.
No. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine, guys. We're all best buds, you know.
Go yourself.
He's
All
about to
right.
start a fucking
This
religious
spoke
crusade
respect on
my
this.
ass.
We haven't spoken to each other in like a week or two.
Shut up. All right. So, the judge in this trial excluded that video from the trial.
Damn, that's
Which-
crazy.
Which, by the way, if this was included in the trial, like, you know what I mean?
No, it would
There's
be
a
over.
good chance.
Wait,
it'd be
why was
over.
it excluded though?
That's a great question. You have to ask the judge. He doesn't have to provide a reason. It's a civil case. It's a little bit different than a criminal case.
Yeah, it's like in civil cases, you don't actually have to use justice. Or
You don't actually have to have any reason behind it.
yeah, you can
Crazy.
just do whatever you want.
And you want to know something? The judge also co-officiated E. Jean Carroll's wedding.
Wait.
That's definitely not biased.
So why hasn't Trump's lawyer like?
So this is obviously going to be appealed, right? They're in the process of this. And this is actually a very strong and convincing argument because the judge was probably biased against Donald Trump. Certain excluding of evidence made no sense to the trial. And the fact that he had a personal relationship with E. Jean Carroll was also not very good.
Not to mention, we already know that Trump derangement syndrome has captured many of the hearts and minds of institutionalized law.
Bro, who's married to the bitch? By the way, I'm curious.
I have no clue. But whoever is married to her just got a fine payday because Donald Trump, after he lost the defamation trial, which is the second trial in this, after he lost the defamation trial, he was ordered to pay E. Jean Carroll $83 million, guys. $83 million. This guy's worth, let's see, like $2 billion. Right? Let me do this real quick.
Oh,
Donald
yeah.
Trump.
That's a lot.
Net worth 2.6. So 83 billion is like a cool, if my math is correct, like 10th, 20th, about like a 30th of his net worth.
Yeah, that's net worth.
Yeah.
So that's not even like
That's not cash.
that's
not liquid.
That's not liquid wealth. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It really is a lot. And the funny part about all of this was after she got the settlement, after she won victory, she went on MSNBC and,
Of course.
you know, you can really tell that she was the victim in all this because, you know, Donald Trump sexually abused her 30 years ago, which she can't remember anything about, which is also very traumatic. But also something that was traumatic.
The one like defining traits of like victims of assault is that they usually remember when and how they were assaulted. But hey, you know, a lot can be, you know, forgotten and overlooked in 30 years.
Yeah, and the interesting part is she went on MSNBC and Rachel Maddow, I don't know if you guys know her, she asked E. Jean Carroll, so you've been a proponent of women's rights and you're very against rape. Are you going to use this money that you received from Donald Trump?
Real talk. Who's pro-rape?
Right?
If you're pro-rape, tell me in the comments below.
No way.
Dog, like
yeah. Anyways,
isn't everyone like anti-rape by default? Like factory settings.
A lot of leftists believe Donald Trump is not anti-rape, but that's a different discussion.
Well,
it's
yeah,
more
but
like
those people are just like suffering from critical TDS.
Trump during, yeah.
You need to cope, bro.
So she went on MSNBC, and instead of saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna help a lot of women with this money. We're gonna make sure women are kept right," she said she's gonna go on a shopping spree with the host of the show. So as you can see, she's very victimized. She's been a victim from day one. She's very traumatized from Donald Trump defaming her and then also sexually abusing her. So let's go ahead and watch this clip. It's very awkward, but it's important.
You've talked about using some of Trump's money that you're about to get to help shore up women's rights. Do you know what that might be, what that might look like?
Yes, Rachel. Yes.
Tell me.
I had such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money. First thing, Rachel, you and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for Crowley, new fishing rod for Robbie. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours,
Nothing.
Rachel. Penthouse and France? You want France? You want to go fishing in France? No? Oh, all right, okay.
That's a joke.
Bro, all these
Could do
women look
something for
like
women's rights.
they don't have husbands.
These women
They
look
look-
like they get no dick.
They all look like lesbians.
No,
Except the one on the right. None all the way to the right,
honestly,
maybe.
I don't think they look like lesbians. I just think they're single, and
What do
I
you
think
mean,
they're
look-
very bitter people.
I mean, yeah, comes with the territory.
I feel like they peg their husbands.
If they have them.
Wait, yeah. So wait, fuck. Sorry. Do they have? Do they have husbands or not?
Oh,
I ask you that much.
I don't know.
The one on the right has one. All them other ones, nah.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. By the way, don't take that as
Oh,
fact.
you're guessing? Well, maybe you want to get
Yeah.
some stats on that, buddy.
Hey,
That's why
hey,
you
look.
always...
Hey, the one on the right is probably like the best looking one out of all of them. Let's be honest here.
Dang, I got a crush on the
Dog,
MSNBC.
why are we
girl.
rating them, bro? Like,
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, you know what? We're right. We're better than that. Women are more than just a rating.
They're objects.
what the fuck?
Ain't no way.
They're like trophy.
Sure.
Kike has a trophy case. Puts pictures of women on there.
Call me Kanye West.
No, honestly, Kai gets the trophy himself, bro.
Hey, yo, what do you mean by that?
Yo.
What do you think I mean by that?
Ah,
Hey,
it's conquest
yo.
you will conquer, I see.
Yeah, maybe I want him on my shelf.
Hey, yo.
Maybe I want
that's
him in my
crazy.
shelf. Ah, no.
Hey, yo.
That's. I don't even know how to respond.
I'm like little Nas
Nah,
X in this beat.
wait. Kike, do you consent?
No.
So that means Chow is pro rape. Okay, anyways.
God damn it.
Oh,
Oh my god, we found one. We found one that was pro.
We found one. He just confirmed it. It's crazy. Anyways,
so in that clip, you see Rachel Maddow just like dying inside because she wants to hear a specific answer, and she's not getting it.
because she
But,
doesn't have any. She doesn't know where to put the money for women. That's literally it.
The problem is she's a fucking nut. So even if she was gonna put it to women, or she pledged to, she was never gonna do it.
Do you think
yeah.
Donald Trump nut in her too much? That made it a little too nutty.
Bro.
I think Donald Trump, all the evidence they have that suggests they knew each other.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse by the day, please.
The only evidence tying Agent Carroll to Donald Trump 30 years ago is a handshake. They've been photographed having a handshake.
I thought you said.
Bro, everybody knows that handshakes are how babies are made, bro. Come on now.
Exactly. How'd you not know that? Fuck.
But that's the thing. Donald Trump is a businessman who had a lot of relations in New York at the time. So
No, yeah, it's
assuming
definitely
that-
not out of the realm of possibility, but the question is like, you know, how serious is anyone supposed to take these allegations of misconduct when it's probably just a bit of a nothing burger?
right, and Donald Trump probably shaked tens of thousands of people's hands. So is that really enough proof to tie them together? I would say no. I think you have to establish more than that.
Exactly.
But that was enough for the jury, apparently.
It'll always be enough for the jury. Anytime
well,
you
it's
get
New
the
York, what
orange
do you
man
expect?
behind bars.
That's true.
New Yorkers are dumb.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Based-
like racist.
Because most of them are anyways.
Racist against
Whoa,
orange
whoa,
people.
whoa, what?
Actually,
What do you mean, actually?
Oh yeah, speaking of Jews.
I just want to. Hey, I found a clip on the internet. All right. Quick reaction to this really quick before we go to the next one.
Please tell me we're not turning into a fucking React channel.
No, just look at this. I was scrolling Twitter and I just saw
Clown
this.
world? What the hell?
All right, just watch this, boys.
Cook? I don't really cook. Like, I just like.
So you don't cook at all for your man?
No, like yeah, that's all I do. I don't really cook.
Do you think that makes up for cooking?
Yeah, I cook a lot of. So, yeah, I'd like rather like call Uber Eats for them while I like ask any guy right now like if they'd rather me or like cook for them. Like they'd say like for me to.
So you think if we asked any guy right now if they'd rather you his or cook for him, they would all say
yeah.
I guess they're gonna have to let us know in the comments.
How is that based? Aren't you like a traditionalist? Isn't this going out of the face of everything you stand for?
Look, give me out, right? Like, let's say she's my wife, right? Hear me out.
You're down bad. That's crazy.
The only reason why I brought this topic is because she's wearing a Star of David.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Also, dog. I'm just gonna say this right now. All right.
Yo, what's up?
Look
She's
at
fake.
those fucking teeth.
Braces. What's wrong with
She's
them?
getting them fixed. You
Yeah,
know?
braces.
What's wrong with braces?
Like-
Put some kids behind those bars. Am I right?
Wild. Bro, for people listening to this on fucking Spotify, this woman is in the bang bus.
I don't know what that is.
She's in the bang bus. She's
is a
saying she
bang
likes
bus?
to suck cock, and she's got braces on. So
I don't think we should.
The joke-
this episode.
the jokes that we made there. All right, you know what? You guys get it. You guys are smart enough.
She's got braces.
She's got braces. Kids behind bars. You guys
God, that's so fucked up. By the way, can I just say, this was posted by the Clown World TM account,
Just
who
like us.
posted fucking merch on the bottom.
Oh, we're all talking.
This account pays for the golden Twitter check mark, which is $1,000 a month. What the fuck?
Speaking of Jews, what the fuck? Let's go to the next topic.
My transition was better, but okay.
Nah, Kaika ruined it. It's his fault.
Kega did ruin it.
Alright, I just had to
Kega.
put that in there just because we're gonna talk about a heavy topic. I don't want to,
Heavy topic, bro. What do you mean? That's not a heavy topic here.
big topic. Oh, we don't discriminate against weight. You're right. That's like fucking.
No, we
fat
do.
shaming.
No, we fat shame it on.
What was
yeah.
what was the trans weight, trans fat? What was that
Trans
thing?
fat.
Is that what-
Oh, the TikTok.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah,
Am I the one who gets that? Like, that's hilarious.
Well, trans fat's an actual thing in
Yeah, no,
nutritional facts.
That's the fucking joke.
Oh, I thought you.
Mongoloid Neanderthal.
I didn't know you looked at those.
Wait, what?
I didn't think you looked at the nutritional facts.
Anyways,
About to get bomb threats.
I did not. I did not. I did not
sent a
see
pipe
that
bomb to
coming.
your
I
house.
didn't do it. I didn't. How? That was so fucking obvious. I got
see it.
I got fucked. How?
Well, you got
Speaking of
raped.
getting fucked. Speaking of getting raped.
No. God.
Speaking of getting
okay.
raped, these terrorists in fucking.
This is an
Gaza, they got
update
raped.
on the topics that we have talked about in Soul 49.
I know.
It
Rip,
is
that
going
was
to
such a
get
boring episode.
very serious and very heavy. And if you are not
Hey.
here for that, you may go to the timestamp up on the window. And I am now
Can I go
forcing
to the
Kaika
timestamp
to
by
pull up the
myself?
timestamp on the video.
Can I go to the
Okay,
timestamp?
I don't think I'm gonna put a
I
timestamp.
mean, no, you're gonna
There's
put a timestamp.
sections.
Nope.
No,
You're
no,
gonna put a
Chow.
timestamp now.
I have sections that I put in the YouTube.
All right.
videos.
Well, make sure to put in the timestamp. for
Yeah.
the sections.
all right, whatever.
Can I go to the timestamp by myself?
I mean, you can just not talk.
I mean,
it's what you
it's
should
probably
do.
cold over there. You don't want to be there
Alright,
by yourself.
You're right. I should not talk.
Fucking destroyed the format, dude.
Dude, yeah, the format's fucked.
Hey, why is Kazuma in the fucking series regular, dude? What the fuck's Kazuma doing? Oh, wait, no, that's a different one.
He's in a different call.
Oh.
Because Oh no, he's in a different server. But
He's on a league server. I just realized.
it's not a league server.
Don't ask why I'm on it.
It's not a league server. You
Paul
don't?
World server.
It's not a power. It's the other boys server.
What?
It's not. It's different type. It's a group.
It's
different
a
friend group.
it's a different like friend group.
Oh
Yeah.
right, yeah.
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 But
This
it's
friend group's
essentially like
so
a league
shit.
server.
This friend group's so shit. We had to join another one.
Anyways, we're not.
Wait,
kidding.
what?
All right.
Dog,
Let's talk
dog,
about.
like what?
Let's talk about.
Israel and Gaza, guys.
Let's talk about the good guys and the bad guys. You know, bad guys being Israel. Good guys.
No. Okay,
Oh.
okay. Sonny's fucking around. We've already made our stance on this conflict very clear. Go watch Soul 49 to see our sort of topical discussion on that. If we make any jokes or ha-has at either side, just know we're not being serious.
My DMs be flooded by hate.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into this topic here. So Israel, I'm sure everyone knows they've been basically bombing the shit out of Gaza. And one event that took, I guess, Twitter by storm recently, and the larger part of the media, is this one event where Israel led an attack in a Gazan hospital where they killed terrorists. And a lot of people were looking at this because, only 3 people died in this, and all 3 of those people are terrorists. And you would think the left's response would have been, hey man, that is great. That's what Israel should do. They should stop bombing Gaza and they should start focusing and targeting their attacks. But no, their response, which by the way, I don't agree with their response, but I find it more reasonable than what they would say in these next examples. Their response is just to shit all over Israel and say, oh, I thought it was bad for Gazans to basically blend in with civilians, and Israel is doing that with the IDF. So let's first watch this clip of these IDF soldiers entering this Gazan hospital, and moments later, these terrorists dying a fatal death. So for those unaware, the IDF soldiers are dressed as like doctors, patients, and that's how they were able to sneak in the hospital without anyone knowing.
I'm pretty sure they can tell with the fuckers with guns, bro. Be with you?
Yeah, but they had them, I guess, concealed.
How the fuck is that concealed?
By the way, I don't think we need to watch all of it.
All right.
So you guys get the point, right? It was a very targeted attack. Not a lot of civilian casualties. In fact, 0 civilian casualties. And all the people that died were terrorists. So we have someone like Hassan get into the mix.
God, for fuck's sake. If we have to talk about Hassan one more time, I'm going to quit the fuck.
So a Twitter user... This is important. Twitter user said, if Hamas stormed hospitals, they would kill everyone indiscriminately. When the IDF stormed a hospital, they went to a specific room to kill 3 particularly bad guys. Thank you for the opportunity to draw a comparison. Hassan responds with probably the worst response ever. Just because a lot of broken sentences, but we're going to move past that. All right. He says, Israel's real war crimes are good because if Hamas hypothetically did the exact same war crimes, they would be much more violent is not an argument a sane person should make, but it's a fundamental part of Hasbara for some reason. I don't know the last part. So basically what he's saying is just because if Hamas were to be extremely more violent if they were to storm an Israeli hospital, that's not a good argument to make because it's rude or whatever. And
well, I think the argument he's trying to make is that it's just a hypothetical. There hasn't been.
And that hypothetical is based on historical evidence.
That's true.
Of what Hamas has done. It's not just.
Well, have they done this specifically? Gone to a hospital and just murdered everyone there?
Yeah, exactly.
Have they?
They haven't done that specifically, but they have done very similar things, and they have shown a very clear lack of respect for human life, especially civilian human life.
See, this is why I don't like, because in my opinion, I'm impartial to this whole damn thing.
What?
Yeah, I told. I told.
That's not what you said last time, but okay.
I no, it's because even after the podcast, I told you guys we should really look for clips that show the other side of the story because I really want to know both sides. Because this topic really intrigued me. Because, in my opinion, I think we're getting in the podcast a one-sided thing, and that's why I talk to other
possible.
people about it, and that's why I'm like both sides are doing fucked up shit. To say only one side is doing fucked up shit is bullshit.
So this is my response to that argument. Number one, what Hamas did on October 7th is infinitely worse than what they would have done in a hospital. That is very clear. Number two, I think you mentioned, if I don't want to twist words. What did you say in the second part
Second part.
of what you said?
I, about the podcast.
No, about like after you said about the hypothetical.
That I was impartial.
Right, you wanted to see both sides, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of the clips that we watched on October 7th were not the perspective of Israelis. That was the perspective of Hamas terrorists recording their atrocities and putting it out on the internet.
What I
So
mean
a
by
lot,
both sides, right, is because it's the same thing what media does. Paints a picture, uses clips from their perspective, but uses those clips that make them look bad. That's what I'm trying to say, is that I want to find out the reason why it is and why they're doing it. You
Can
know,
I?
everyone has a purpose of why they do actions, right?
well, I don't
Yes,
think
but that doesn't necessarily mean that all of their reasons are reasonable to us
and justified.
And justified, yes. I would say that, this whole like we need to see both sides' perspective is definitely a new one, coming from here, because there have been many points, in our, I guess, legacy or time doing this, where there's a topic, especially one that is more, I guess, closely related to American politics, and you don't want to hear what the other side has to say. And I don't even think that's necessarily a bad thing, because I think on some level, everyone is going to be talking from their perspective and is going to be inherently biased, and at some point you just learn to accept that. What I'm trying to grasp here is why it's suddenly different with the Israel versus Gaza situation. Because while I definitely can see that both sides are engaging in a war, and war is kind of inherently bad, and both sides are kind of doing bad things, I still ultimately do side with Israel, and I have reasons for doing so.
Here's another kind of event that I wanted to know both sides was the Ukrainian-Russian war, which is why I was impartial during our discussions.
That's fair. I would say I am more impartial to that, but even then, I still ultimately side with Ukraine.
Right. So this is the thing with the Russia-Ukraine thing. We all agree that it's wrong for Russia to invade Ukraine's sovereign borders, right?
Yes.
No, bro. All Ukrainians are Russians. Come on.
All right. So that's end of story with that argument. So if Russia decides to invade Ukraine, its sovereign borders, that is already wrong. There's no more explanation after that.
Well, the
way.
idea here is that there's a critique about whether or not it really is sovereign borders, or whether it's just an unruly like secession.
Well, I mean, I think we all recognize that it's sovereign borders.
I don't know if we all recognize that. I certainly recognize that. You certainly recognize that.
What?
All right, so Sonny, do you recognize that Ukraine has sovereign borders? That's a funny question.
I believe, yeah.
All right, so end of story. We think the Russian invasion is wrong. Now we could disagree with sending money and certain policy prescriptions that the U.S. has.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Even when we talk about the Ukraine,
that's a fine criticism. We all agree. Now the thing with the whole Israel-Gaza conflict is, it doesn't matter what justification they have for the attacks. The attacks are so horrible and so atrocious, nothing justifies it. There doesn't need to be an explanation for it, because it's so bad. And I think that's where I think you get it wrong.
I don't know, because I've heard through other people, which is why I'm impartial, because I know people, both sides, who support it, which is why I won't pick a side. Well, that's not why I won't pick a side, because I'm getting both sides' information, I just can't decide it. It's I have, you know, the people who support Israel and people who support Hamas and their actions, right? And
Wait,
their reasoning, they've told
you know
me.
people who support Hamas directly.
Well,
because
I know people
who
Hamas.
support Palestine, but I don't know people who support Hamas, the terrorist group.
That's not saying much. I know people who support Hamas because I go to college. I think it's a very very mainstream thing nowadays.
Really?
So I believe him on that. Yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
There's a lot, especially in California, bro.
Yeah.
Oh wait, doxed.
Doxed. If you ever figured out that we're in
Actually, we live in New York. That's why we hate their
Shut
laws.
All right, so I'm gonna push back on that point. That just because you know both sides doesn't mean you could have like a certain, I guess, doesn't mean you can't have an opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna second them on that.
But here's the thing, right?
I'm
This is why I won't pick sides, because in my opinion, what I've been told, because I've heard that Israelis have cut off babies' heads, have done all these things, and also hear that Hamas has done horrific things, such as like raped and killed a girl. We saw the video from the last podcast when we talked about it in 49. And I don't know. When having these discussions, it's kind of just like, which of the worst do you want to pick? Since I don't have a personal like connection to the thing, like for me to pick one, it's like I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna push back on the IDF cutting off babies' heads, because that is actually a Hamas policy.
Yeah, that's what
to
Hamas
cut off
does.
babies' heads. That is not an IDF policy. The IDF actually follows the rules of war because they are actually a nation.
Yeah.
So I would push back on that point.
Pretty clear spin job. And also, I would just say in general, like, it's good to be aware of both perspectives. I wouldn't say be informed from both sides, because there definitely are many cases where one side is just wrong and spilling misinfo, but you should still hear the misinfo anyway, if nothing else, just to know what they're saying. And to, kind of take in all information and not keep yourself closed off. But there is something to be said about being able to filter it through a worldview, and that's not inherently wrong. I think you can come to the conclusion that it's nuanced and it's got detail and it's got like a lot of intricacies. But ultimately, you can still come to a like simple and clear conclusion about who you think is right.
Yeah, but I feel like in a situation like this where it's really messy, I don't think you don't have
messy,
to.
Actually,
I feel like it is, especially in like circles I'm in. It's very messy. And I get his podcast is to step on toes to make that kind of thing, but when you're out and about and have these opinions, it's kind of messy, which is A, why I don't want to make a decision, and B, why I will just have the information.
You don't want to make a decision because you fear persecution in the real world?
That, and the fact that it's just, to me, not worth it.
But we could all hold opinions in private. I mean,
that's fair, but I mean, wasn't the whole point of the podcast to be able to speak our minds openly and honestly about political issues without fear of persecution?
But I feel like, since I have no personal attachment to this, I don't feel like I need to.
That's fair. That's completely fair, actually. I think
I'm just curious on what makes this messy for you.
I mean, he's pretty obviously got people who he knows in person who have given him the perspective from the side of like the pro-Palestine position, and if he's got sort of both of these ideas, plus he doesn't really care because he's not really personally affected by it, then A plus B is C, right? I don't agree, but I understand. Like it's not bad.
Right. I mean, I understand the logic, but I'm just curious why it's messy.
Okay, so how do I put this in perspective? Because it's very much of both sides doing bad things, right?
You've said that already.
I know I'm getting that. Like I feel like it's my logic. That's just my logic. It's just messy, because it's like you're picking one bad apple over the other. That's how I view it.
So why would you think the IDF is a bad apple?
Well, who's saying about IDF? I'm just saying
All right, so
God.
Israel.
it's because
Israel. Fine, Israel.
they've done bad things too that I've heard. This is why, after like the episode, like talking to people, I don't want to
Let
choose.
me ask you this: do you think all nations have done bad things, but do you think Israel has done like equally as bad things as Hamas? Are they equivalent in terms
To
of
be
morality?
fair, this should be a pretty
how would
easy
you
question
measure
to
that?
ask because we're not even talking about Palestine. I mean, Palestine and Hamas are very closely related. As we discussed in Soul 49, Hamas makes up a majority in Palestine's governmental deciding complex, and like a majority of the seats. But Hamas is ultimately still a separate entity. We're not even asking you to necessarily defend Palestine. We're asking you to defend Hamas, the terrorist organization.
I'm not defending the.
Okay. Here's the thing. You're not defending
I'm
Hamas,
not.
but you're
I'm not
also
gonna choose a
saying
side.
you're also saying both sides, and we can.
I never said I was in both sides. I
Okay.
said I was impartial. I don't.
Kaika
In my
and
opinion, we can nuke both of them.
Oh my god, dude! You literally one. You literally said both sides multiple times. Two, Kaika and I are clearly making a pro-Israel position. That means we can argue for Israel and against Hamas. When you say both sides, you're arguing against both, which draws some kind of moral equivalency between them.
As I said, I'm very impartial. Even from the beginning, so literally my first words, I'm impartial.
So
but
you
didn't
don't
you just
care.
Say... No, but hold up. Didn't you just say that both of them are bad?
Because, so here's the thing, right? What I've heard from, like, I haven't had full conversation with people, but they've told me that you just disproved one of the things they told me about the babies' heads. Another thing is that they beat like Palestinians before, and like, look, my opinion.
Okay, actually,
Israel
that's true.
Has handled it a little better in the beginning. Well, like from what I've seen, especially from the podcast for 9, how when they were bombing the buildings, they told people.
You think it's a little better? You don't think it's a lot better compared to Hamas?
They're still using that policy. That hasn't changed.
I mean, look.
I don't know.
You don't think it's a lot better compared to Hamas?
Who is completely willing to nuke citizens and is actively trying to hold their own citizens hostage for points on the world stage?
I never said they were good. I'm not saying which is better. I'm just saying I'm impartial because I don't want to choose a side.
That's fine. I've continuously said that that's fine. But when either of us try to ask for justification as to why you think that it doesn't matter, or why you think that you shouldn't be picking a side, and you keep drawing these moral equivalencies, which you are doing that.
Well, I've also said I have no personal attachment to it, so I have no reason to.
So then just say you don't care. It's not your business.
I've already said that.
But you keep.
You're also saying
that
there's a moral equivalence
us
to them.
between both sides are equally bad, and it doesn't really matter which is bad because you don't care. Those are two different positions.
Yeah.
So which one is yours?
Well, I don't know. Personally, I guess I side with mother. I don't care.
Okay. So
let me ask you this: is there a moral equivalence between both sides?
No. Kaika, he's saying it
moral equivalence. So the thing with that, right? I've talked to the people who support Israel, right? My conversation with them, right, is the fact that yes, I feel like Hamas has done worse.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say right now, they've done worse in that and also Israel's handled it better and tried to keep the civilian casualty to all-time low. For example, the video you just showed us, how they only attack terrorists.
I'd argue
which I'd also like to argue is the fact, like, I don't know, attacking a hospital, you're targeting terrorists. I don't know, attacking a hospital for me is I don't like that move because you're attacking a safe place where civilians try to go,
So
but
let
to know
me
that they're armed people can be anywhere.
let me push
Isn't
back
that
on
not
that.
scary?
Let me push back on
It
that
is
for a
scary
second.
because you're in a fucking war zone.
Let
That's
me-
how it
let me
is, man.
push
That's
back.
how war is. Like,
Yeah,
No,
but
no, no.
hospital is supposed to be like a
Guys,
place where you
guys.
can go to
I
be safe,
agree.
right? Like
I
a church,
agree.
which is why people go to also churches
Yeah,
Listen to
during
me for
wartime
1 second,
to be
guys.
safe.
Guys, Hamas's policy prescription in wartime situations is to hide among the civilian population. That's what they actively do. They violate war crimes so that they are more safe. So the fact that Israel has to go into this hospital and kill these terrorists is not a
So
first
that
choice
means
for
they have to
them.
stoop
It's out of
low.
necessity. It's
So
not
that means they have
stooping
to
low.
stooping to their level to hide
Yeah.
as civilians themselves. It's the
excuse me.
same thing.
I mean,
It's
They're
not
kinda.
stooping
stooping to
low.
their level. They're stooping to their level.
Okay. I'll say this. It's not. You're kind of right, but you're kind of not. I would say that on some level, the whole like stooping to their level thing, you do ultimately have to meet, terrorists where they're at, kind of at their level, especially in this context where we're talking about like, okay, who is more at fault? The terrorists who are hiding amongst a civilian hospital, or invading a hospital, to kill people, including civilians, or the IDF soldiers who are hiding amongst the hospital, waiting for a strike because they know
What were the
terrorists
terrorists'
would do
motives though? What were their motives? I did not know their
that.
motives.
The motives of a
Because
terrorist.
it was not clear. It was not clear
Let me-
why were they there? What was their motives? That's different.
Okay, Sonny. 2 things. Hassan's policy prescription, you're not understanding this, is to hide under civilians
Did you say Hassan?
because or
He meant
sorry,
Hamas.
Hamas. Hamas's policy prescription is to hide among civilians so that Israel or the IDF they're both interchangeable in the situation, has to make a difficult decision. Right? The difficult decision being if they want to get rid of these terrorists, there's a good chance they'll probably have to kill civilians. In this situation, they didn't kill anyone
But I'm
that was
curious,
innocent.
what were the terrorist motives?
Their
Why were they
motives
there?
is very simple.
Why were they there? No, for right then and there, for that
Yeah.
situation, why were they there?
They were there because they believe in a policy prescription that says from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. That is a genocidal slogan
But
where they want to
why were
wipe
they
out
there at the
all
hospital?
Jews from Israel.
It's a dogma.
But why
That
were
is
they
their
there
policy.
Why were they there at the
Okay,
hospital?
I just told you. Listen, please.
Can I
Hold up, Chow. Let me add one thing. They're at the hospital because they want to hide among the civilian population, so Israel has a harder time killing them.
So they're just hiding. They're not. So they have no motives to kill.
Oh
Any kind of
my
motive.
Okay,
God.
but it's a war crime to hide among your civilian population
Okay,
in a time
let
of
me
war.
ask you a question.
That's a war crime.
What would they be hiding from? And why are they equipped with firearms? Why are they armed? Why are they armed soldiers? Why are they hiding? These questions
My
are.
argument is not that they're. Oh yeah, here's my argument. It's just that they've stooped low as them. That's for that situation. Because they've also hidden with civilians.
Sonny?
Which my argument is not they're bad. That Israel is bad. My argument is that they stooped low to them to counteract them. That's it.
Can I try to give some insight on this topic?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Terrorists' primary objective is to inflict terror among a civilian population for political gain. That's not a Google definition. I just wrote that straight off my head. But if I look up terrorist definition, criminal acts, including against civilians, committed with the intent to cause death or serious bodily injury, taking hostages, with the purpose of provoking a state of terror in the general public or in a group of persons, to intimidate a population or compel a governmental or international change. So, fundamentally, a terrorist organization's primary goal is to do enough brutality and damage to either a nation's military or often its civilian population, that it basically scares that people group or that nation or both into complying with their demands. That is what a terrorist is. And when you ask yourself, what is the motive of a terrorist organization or a terrorist cell, that will always be the definition. This is why.
Hear me out. Finish. I'll let you finish.
Okay. This is why the abuse of the word terrorist by our government and many other governments that are associated with the United Nations is such a big problem. Because the word terrorist actually means something. It's a specific type of violent extremist that focuses on instilling fear in the public for political gain and control. This is it's a definitional motive. It's not a description of it's not a description of ideology, it's a description of intent. It's a description of praxis. It exists specifically to describe how they plan to reach their end goal. Terrorists come in all different shapes and sizes, but that is the one thing that unites them all. It is the terror.
I understand that, but my question was not what's the Hamas's what they wanted to do and their motives. My question was, what were the terrorist motives doing there at the hospital beside because you saying their motives was to kill at the hospital. Did they? No, they were just trying to blend in.
Blend in to kill more people.
Right.
At the hospital. At the hospital.
Does it matter?
If they live, they will kill more people.
So, but the thing is, right? My opinion, I don't think they should have done it at the hospital. That's my opinion. Because that's
why are they hiding it? Okay, Sonny.
Why are they hiding? They're hiding, obviously.
Sonny, you are blaming the IDF for Hamas hiding in hospitals. What I'm trying to say is
I'm not
blaming
them.
Hamas. You are, because you're saying
I'm blaming them to do the same thing that they're doing.
Exactly.
But
so you're blaming the IDF for going to the hospitals where they're hiding at, and not Hamas for hiding in hospitals. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
How's that a problem?
That's
because you
faulty
shouldn't blame
reasoning.
You shouldn't blame Israel for going into the hospital because that's where the terrorists are.
So here's my question, right? When America was in the Middle East, right? Did we do that? No, we didn't blend in and go in their hospitals.
We're not terrorists.
But we were going against terrorists. Let me ask you this.
When the U.S. was gathering intel against Osama bin Laden, and they're blending in with the civilian population, is that wrong?
Did they kill them?
Did they kill Osama bin Laden?
No,
they
but
killed
did
him
they
in his
go?
own
my
home.
god, I'm gonna have a brain.
But they went into a raid. They were not blending in at the time.
Did
you see the clip?
IDF did not
That's
kill
information.
Civilians. That was the
I'm
whole
not saying they
point.
killed civilians. Who's saying they killed civilians?
Oh my god.
Who's saying they're killing civilians? I never said that. That never came out of my mouth.
So you think it's bad when Israel has to go undercover to kill terrorists in
I
hospital?
never said who's saying bad or right. I'm just saying they're stooping to the level. That
Okay, so
bad
you're
or
saying-
right is your personal opinion. I'm just saying I'm saying a clear fact that they went to the level.
So you think it's stooping to their level when they go into the hospital disguised, but when America is disguised to gather intel on Osama bin Laden, they're not stooping
intel
to the
is
level.
different. Action is different between trying to get intel. Intel, what are they doing? Just getting intel. They're not killing. They're not doing anything.
But
all they're doing is looking.
Though.
There it is again, the killing.
So you're more concerned
did the
about
IDF
killing
kill any of the civilians in the
Because
hospital?
a life is a life.
Sonny?
A terrorist is okay. So you
just because hear me out, bro. Terrorists can literally be anyone.
All right, Sonny.
Anyone can be a
Before
terrorist.
you continue this, because I think this is a bad logical fallacy, and I want to save you from this.
It's stacking fallacies on fallacies.
Hold up. Do you think that terrorist has a right to life after he raped multiple women, after he killed multiple innocent civilians? Do you think that terrorist has a right to life?
I feel like it's different. No, here's my perspective. So I keep telling you, at the hospital, specific locations matter.
Does that matter if you're
yes,
serving
it does.
justice?
It does matter.
You know what?
Why does it matter?
Because you don't go to certain locations and do those things.
Right, but why are
you
blaming
wouldn't
the
you
IDF
wouldn't
and
go
not
to the
Hamas?
church. Huh?
Why are you blaming the IDF and not Hamas? That's my whole problem with this.
Bro,
The
I said
IDF would
both
not need
have
to
a
go.
part to play in this. It takes two to
Excuse me.
tango. It takes two to tango. Bro.
Fucking hell.
But the IDF would not need to go into the hospital if Hamas's policy prescription is not to hide in the hospital. So the burden falls on one party here. If Hamas was not hiding among civilians, this would not be necessary.
At best, this whole complaint is one giant nitpick. It's, oh, Israel shouldn't have gone to a hospital. Okay. Neither should have Hamas. At best, in this situation...
My whole point was just one thing, that they stooped to the level. It's not blaming one part or the other. I'm just stating a fact. It is a fact.
But why do you think
it is a
stooping to the
fact?
level?
Oh my
It's
God.
not a fact.
It is a fact.
Because
you're
repeating
blending
that
in.
something is a fact doesn't actually make it a fact.
But okay, how is it not stooping to the level? Did they not disguise themselves as civilians to enact an act of murder, which is a murder, no matter if it's a terrorist, a fucking dog, you or me, is still murder. Whether they have a worth to life, that's a different question.
All right, so let me tell you why it's not stooping to the level. It's not stooping to the level because they're not terrorists hiding in civilians. That's why it's not stooping to the level.
Oh,
and by the way, as long as
you're just labeling, just because
it's not a label,
terrorist.
Sir, it's not a label. Let's make that clear.
Bro, what do you mean? Label
it's not a
is
label.
terrorist?
It's an occupation. It's an occupation.
Bro,
you go into being
search
a
up
terrorist.
definition of label and tell me that's not a label.
Oh my
It's
God!
not a label.
A label, short for identity label, as in something that.
Oh, you're saying a terrorist is not an identity?
So you think a terrorist is a label? I'm just curious.
You
think Osama bin Laden is a terrorist in the terms
okay,
of a label?
A label is something that you can put on yourself that has no actual strings tied or attached to anything in reality.
That's not true.
Well, okay, if you go to somebody's like Twitter bio or whatever, and they have like a bunch of tags, right? That's their labels. That's
tags are different than labels, bro.
I'm gonna fucking lose it when you just switch.
I don't even think it matters about the label. I agree.
Bro, all I was stating was that stoop to the level, which is.
All right, let me tell you this, and this I don't want to be rude or anything, but you making this argument has one or two, basically has two. There's two reasons for this argument you're making. Either you're uninformed, which I think is this case, or you're anti-Semitic, which I don't think is the case.
Well,
and I think a lot of
I like the second one. I like the second.
No. Hold up. And I think that's where a lot of leftists like Hassan, trying to get back to the original topic, fall under.
Can we please? Okay. I think one thing that has consistently taken legitimacy away from the pro-Israel side of this debate is to immediately shriek anti-Semite whenever the other side starts speaking.
Well, I think Hassan is an anti-Semite.
That's possible.
Yo, let's just all agree on one thing. Hassan's an idiot. All right,
Hassan's
that's
a fucking
one thing.
retard. Okay, yeah, we can
That's
go.
one
that
thing
far.
we can agree on in this argument, in this discussion.
Yes, I think no matter what happens, nothing will change about the fact that Hassan is an absolute brainlet. And I mean, look, I'm not even saying that I'm necessarily like less of a brainlet than him. I'm just self-aware about it. Like seriously, like. It's not even just that he's a bread tuber and a fucking socialist, which is just like, you know, stacking mental disorders on top of each other, but like all of his reasoning, the fucking live debates too. Is anyone like getting sick of live debates, like politically?
I think the last live debate, wasn't it? Because I know, Destiny and. I'm stupid. We have a topic on him. What's his name?
Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Did a live debate recently.
I don't think it was technically a live debate because it was recorded.
I don't
yeah,
respect
I get what you're
live
saying.
debates anymore, man. I feel like the whole structure is not designed to reach for or try to grasp any kind of objective truth. It's really just an optics game.
You know, truth is very, subjective here.
Yes, it is.
What is truth? Are we really alive?
Okay.
That's good.
It is subjective, but there is such a thing as correct enough. And I feel like, if we are to actually do anything as a species, we have to at least go ahead with the assumption that there is objective truth, even if there is not. or even if that is incomplete.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think we should carry on because it's already.
Yeah.
Yes, we have dedicated much time to this already. We are at the hour and a half mark. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Already.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We are not even done with page 2 out of 4.
Yep.
I think we've had a discussion for the Israel and Gaza thing.
Yeah.
I think that satisfies.
It's certainly
I think
a divided
the end
topic.
result should be we nuke that whole area, all of it. Both
You know, there are quite a few people who have
all Middle East
too suggested just nuking the Middle East because that would just.
We should nuke the world.
For a start,
We have enough to do it like 10 million times over, so it's a possibility.
Sunny Hawkeye.
I mean, obviously, it's not
do you
accurate
happen to subscribe to the ideology of Poseidism?
Suicide? A what?
No, Poseidism. That implies that
Satanism?
No, Poseidism. It basically implies that the solution to all of the world's problems is to basically just rid the entire world of humanity via nuclear apocalypse.
It's stupid. That's stupid.
And whatever's left alone is just like
it's
the
just
perfect
stupid.
society.
In my opinion, that's a dumb ideology.
Oh, I completely agree. I was just wondering if you were sporting it, since you and dumb usually try to connect.
You and dumb?
Let's talk about
what? No. Let's go.
Ukrainian.
What? You just call me dumb?
No, I would never.
This is why I hate gay furries, bro.
It's not like you have
crazy.
like the most wrong takes about everything 24/7.
Wrong take. Hurry. I have good takes. Alright, I still stand by all the takes I've said today.
All right.
I mean,
well,
you stand by them doesn't make them right.
It doesn't mean yours are either.
all right, guys. Let's go to. I think we talked about Ukraine a little bit.
I'm gonna kill him.
Fuck Ukraine.
I'm gonna kill
Get
him.
out. Get his ass out of here. Get.
Let's talk about the Venezuela and Guyana thing. I think
Oh,
that's how you
great.
pronounce it.
A similar.
Oh,
situation.
we're gonna skip the footnote about.
Yeah, fuck. But I already said the joke like earlier.
Oh, you did?
I think we
Yeah.
already talked about this.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
let's move on, then.
Ukrainians are Russians. Blah blah blah. All right, next
What the
topic.
fuck? Okay.
Stand by.
All right.
Oh, great.
What
Can't wait.
is this topic? Hold up.
This is the one where the Venezuela wants Guyana because.
Oh yes. Alrighty, guys. I don't know, like, bare minimum about this topic. That's what I know. So essentially, Venezuela is a socialist country in Southern America. Southern, my bad. Anyways, they have a large oil supply in the nation, but you know how oil nations are. They're very greedy, so they want more oil, and Guyana happens to be filled with it. So Venezuela for a long time has been making claims that they have the rights to Guyana's oil land, or land that contains oil.
Fun
so
fact,
they're making
Venezuela is one of the most relevant examples when talking about modern day socialist experiments.
A failed experiment.
Well, I mean, all
Failed
socialist experiments are failed experiments by definition. But it's just funny because the concept of socialism apparently being superior to capitalism or like more fair or whatever, and then they have to do this. Just to survive, quote unquote survive.
Orange. Imagine being brown. Lol.
Yeah, I know, right? Imagine.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. No, it could be you, actually.
Whoa, you doxing me already, bro? You see how many people are pissed off just by my Israel comments, bro?
Oh, wait till this airs, bro.
They're after me, bro.
This is gonna be so bad.
I just lost half of my friends, bro, and the other half just like, they're like, yeah. I lost them too. I got
the other half for us.
No, I lost them sides too.
Real.
Lost both sides.
Both sides.
After this airs, bro, I'm gonna be lonely. Bro, I'm gonna be like,
but both sides bad for real.
I'm gonna be Masato level.
Oh no! Don't do it like that. Not on the fucking podcast.
Cut that.
Cut that, please.
Cut that.
Okay. Let's go back to Venezuela, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Basically, Ukraine versus Russia v2, except oil's involved.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so this topic is actually pretty simple. Venezuela doesn't work as a country because of the funny red ideology. So now they're trying to make it work by stealing the valuables and the economy of a neighboring country called Guyana, and they're trying to invade it. They're trying to make some bullshit claim about it because, of course, that's what every country that's trying to do imperialism and 2023 colonization does. Is they say, oh, it was all my land from the very beginning, right? Because they needed to justify it to themselves and to the world, failingly, of course. And then the thing is, I'm sure that it's very possible that Guyana might have already been partially invaded by now, if it weren't for a little something called the United States of America.
That we're a joke. You can't use that anymore, bro. We're literally a joke now.
What?
You can't even say it
What
like
the
that,
fuck?
bro. We're a joke of a nation.
We're not a joke. We're still
We're
the,
literally.
we're
What
still
the
the
fuck is
best.
that picture? What is that picture? What is that picture? Why did you put it there?
All right, I was
Who
scrolling
is
Twitter.
that?
I was
Who
scrolling
is
Twitter.
that? Your ADHD
All right.
showing, bro. What the fuck?
No, the ADHD
All right,
levels
finish the
get
topic.
crazy
Finish
here.
the topic. Finish
No,
the
your
topic.
ADHD is showing. Like, you're not even on this. You're literally on Twitter, like
Alright, no, I'm like-
24/7.
To be fair,
You're
I
putting-
usually have Reddit open while we're doing
Bro,
this.
it's because you have also have ADHD. Like,
Alright, so for the viewers unaware, I just put in our script a picture of Little Pump, and he got a Donald Trump tattoo on his right leg.
wait, what nationality is he?
I have no idea.
Little.
He's black.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know though.
What if he's not black? What if he's like fucking Venezuelan, bro?
Let me search
He's
this up.
American.
Lil Pump ethnicity.
Irish is. Oh yeah.
He's from Colombia. Okay, Colombia.
Even worse.
Close enough to black, right? I'm joking, by the way.
No, he's not. He hates black people. You should really see his room. He has a Nazi flag in there.
That's crazy.
You
Anyways.
notice how he's not denying it? It's crazy.
So that's the. Did you finish, Chow, about the topic?
No, he did not.
Alright, Chow, continue.
Yeah, okay. So basically, Venezuela is trying to call off their own invasion because they do not want the U.S. to get involved. Because if the U.S. gets involved, oh boy, that will be.
We take over both of them, and we have the oil all for ourselves.
I'm okay with that.
Not the
like that
worst
idea.
idea, he said.
No.
I could get behind that.
Hear me out. What if we take all of South America?
That's what I'm thinking about Canada.
Yeah, okay.
What if we
Canada,
take all
liberate
of
Canada.
North
okay,
America?
Canada, Mexico, all
No.
of Central America, all of
And then
South
South
America.
America.
And
Yeah.
then,
Fair
and then
enough,
we just
it's
have
called
America.
Mexico.
Greater
Central
America. Greater
I
America.
like that. Yeah. That sounds like a plan.
Well, there might be some resistance, but I think if we just
There will definitely be resistance.
yeah, no, but if we just like stonewall them, if we just like throwing people at the problem, you know what I'm saying? We use some of those like really fat people as like riot shields.
Oh, like
That
Gorlak
could
the
work.
Destroyer?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Is
Yeah.
the bitch trans or is he what?
It's a guy, yeah.
So it's a guy.
It's a guy, yeah.
I mean, I'd be down to be on the front lines of that, you know.
Hey, yo, what?
Oh.
I'm confused.
Yeah, let me DM Gorlak the Destroyer on Twitter.
And wait, no,
Let us know.
not that. No, hell no, hell no,
Saying
too big,
King
too
Charles
big. Hell no,
down.
no.
Hey,
When it's too big for Chow, you know it's bad.
Yeah, that's rough.
apparently she's a personal trainer now, working out every day. It's crazy.
Ironic. Good for her though. Yeah.
Or him. Come on,
Him?
get it right. Yeah.
Trans or what?
No, that guy turned to a woman, so we gotta recognize that.
Oh yeah, so whatever.
No, him.
I'm gonna put something else in the chat.
I swear, bro. Oh my gosh. What is that? I want that to be real so bad. I want that to be real so bad. Who's willing to pay that much money for that?
Oh, bro. It's like $300,000 to rent a day, right? Or something like that?
I have no clue. I know they're losing money on that, like Las Vegas Globe shit.
Oh, man, that would be hilarious if they did that. I'd pay, like, a good chunk of my money just to see that.
Good chunk of your money to see that. Yeah,
Like
we
$5
should go to Vegas, boys. We should go to Vegas. Sun's living in Vegas. Hear me out. Live show
Hell yeah.
of how I hate the Jew. Anyways.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we know.
I actually love Jews because that's majority of my. Actually, it's not majority of my friends. Not anymore.
So, Chow, did you finish the topic?
I don't remember.
Gotta be honest, man. At this
It's a mid
point,
topic.
okay.
It's
Here's
not
what I'll
mid,
say,
but it's
right?
like,
At this point, there's pretty much only two routes where this can take.
yeah.
The United States doesn't get involved,
Oh.
and Venezuela will probably take Guyana or take part of it or something along those lines. And then the other option is the U.S. does get involved, and then this just becomes another proxy war, just like Ukraine, and arguably to a lesser
hope-
extent.
Yeah, because who cares about those countries?
I
right?
hope
mean,
we don't give them money. See, the only country I wouldn't mind us giving like financial aid to is Israel. That's because they're our actual ally.
Yeah,
But-
that's fair, but you know,
Like, are we even? I know we're not allies, Venezuela or Guyana, right?
no,
well,
definitely not Venezuela.
not Venezuela. Hell no.
Yeah.
And,
But,
and
like-
I don't know about
frankly,
Guyana,
yeah.
but
I
I don't
really
think it really
hope-
matters.
So like, hear me out. We just let them fight it out, and whoever wins, we fight them, and then we get both.
Jeez.
Oh, I like this. So let them fight it out, let them get weak, and then we swoop in and
Exactly.
then get it all.
It's like what we did to the Native Americans. We gave them blankets, gave them chicken pox, and then we.
I like that.
Okay. Anyways, let's go
Um,
to the next topic. Speaking of brown people,
I think you got this topic, right?
you want
Simon?
me? You want me to take
that's
this out?
a
You
fitting
racist
topic.
son of a bitch. You think I'm anti-Semitic? You're anti-Mexican. All right.
All right,
Anyways,
well, you could do the next topic after it too, because it's close by.
fuck off. All right. So this topic is about how the Mexican government raided, I believe, some like Sinaloan cartel place, and they found a bunch of U.S. military like weapons that only the U.S. military has, and it's not really for civilian use. And so Mexican government was like, "What the fuck, America?" And America was like, "Yo, nah, that wasn't me, fam. Nah, fam." And then so they're they're investigating, and they brought up this 10 billion, right, lawsuit
Yeah.
against 7 gun manufacturers that distribute not only to America but apparently to these cartel, which I feel like has been known that the cartels have been getting their guns to American manufacturers. I
Yeah.
feel like it's well known. But apparently, well, because of this lawsuit becoming into light, and yeah, what's your thoughts? I mean, as a Mexican, I feel like this is, I don't know, this is normal to me.
So this is the thing. I think there was this whole problem in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was this whole issue about how Ukraine or some country in that region was getting their weapons because there was a lot of American weapons.
Ukraine?
And a lot. I think it was Ukraine, and how it was speculated that Afghanistan was just selling off their weapons to other countries. They're basically
Yeah.
American weapons, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think it's pretty well known that American companies supply weapons all around the world. I mean,
Well, I feel like they've made films like joking about it too, because there's
Right?
what's that? Yeah, because there's one film with that one dude in Top Gun and also Jonah Hill, where
Yeah.
they like bought weapons from like Afghanistan that were or Russians that were like America left behind, and then sold it back to America and other people. And also, what's that one dude that was in the U.S. Constitution that stole it? What's his name?
U.S. Constitution?
He it was in a film that he stole the U.S. Constitution.
Oh, I don't even know.
What's his name? He
Sounds like a good movie though.
He was also in Ghost Rider. He's the guy who was a Ghost Rider. Fuck. What's his name? Alright, that's gonna... I'm searching up Ghost Rider.
Ain't no way. Don't do drugs, kids.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
He was also in a film that he bought weapons from generals in the U.S. Army and then selling it off to, like, African militias and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty well known. I don't know why this is coming in light just because of the 10 billion lawsuit. Like, come on, give me that money. I can use it.
It's kind of ridiculous that the Mexican government is suing like these American companies because the Mexican government is like the most corrupt fucking government on the planet.
It's not the
No, that
most.
too.
It's one of the most.
All right, well,
I
yeah,
feel like there's more corrupt governments out there.
yeah, obviously, but you know, it's up there.
Look, it's my country. I gotta defend it.
That's crazy.
Alright. You know, I don't like it there, but I love their food.
Their food's good. I like Chipotle and Taco Bell.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Those two are so shitty places. Like, Taco Bell is so shit, and so is... I mean, Chipotle, I don't mind. I'll eat it Like I think eat it only once in my life, and that was with Kaika,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
cuddled afterwards. Anyways,
After the diarrhea.
don't say it like that. It's disgusting. Chow, what's your take on these beaners having guns?
Oh, you said that.
Okay. My immediate instinct is just I don't give a shit. But
So you don't care about brown people? Wow, you heard it
no,
here.
I don't.
You
We care about brown people dying. Wow.
Wait. Do you consider Jewish people and Middle Eastern people brown because their pigment is darker?
I
It
don't.
depends on the Jew.
I think that applying like colored race to the Middle East is difficult. I'd say that like Arabs are definitely brown, but
Well, you can't really say colored race because Mexicans and other Spanish are considered white, part of the white race.
yeah, but that's cope. Like that's not.
As cope, look at any of the birth certificates, bro. They're white.
That's not real. That's.
I mean, to be fair, Spanish people are definitely white.
Here's the thing, right? Fundamentally, white, brown, black.
Doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. But more importantly,
Okay,
it's like it's defined by where you are, on like on the curvature of the Earth. If you're closer to the equator, you'll be more black. If you're closer to the poles, you'll be more white, because of how the sun's rays distribution. Melanin is a protective element against that. You get the point. So it's like calling Mexicans white when they obviously have darker skin because Mexico is closer to the equator than America and Canada is kind of dumb.
Well, how many races are there? Right? There's white,
There's
black.
4. There's white, there's
Wait.
black, there's brown, or
Hispanic. Is brown?
And,
I don't think that's not race though.
And then there's
That's not
yellow,
right.
which is like Asian.
That's racist.
Is
Actually, the Asians are considered white now too.
The thing is, I've always thought the whole yellow skin thing to be kind of weird. I've never really seen it. To me, they're just white.
See them more as red. Yeah, they're white. I feel like because they're considered
Yeah.
white now.
Well, because the thing is, it's interesting though, right? Because China and Japan aren't that far from the equator. So you have to kind of wonder, right? Like, why are they so white? Like,
They get a lot of rain though. I feel like they get a lot of rain.
I mean, that could
And like
be
a
it.
lot of like different special, like, cause this snows a lot over there, like in the winter. I know that.
Honestly,
in Japan.
I think it's funniest to see race as just like regional variance. That's basically what it is. Like you know like the Pokemon games where you got
Shut
like
up.
shinies
No,
and
we're
like
not doing
different
this. We're not doing
like
this.
from different like regions, like the
We're not
Alola
doing this.
region.
We're not-
That's basically
people
what
are not slaves. All right, that was back.
I
in
did
the
not.
day.
I did not say that
Okay.
people were slaves.
Oh no.
What?
not
How?
say
What would you
that.
say Pokemon are? You don't pay them.
Okay, but
they
but
work
then,
for you
but
for
then,
free.
But then that's
They
equality.
pick your cotton, bro.
No,
like
think about it. That's equality though, because then all humans would be slaves, and that's not racist.
no, how? Because we work for our money.
Well, yeah.
They
No,
don't. What would they do?
No,
like pets are slaves.
Oh my
Like,
God,
don't you think pets are slaves?
No, because they don't work for anything. They're not
Yeah, they do.
slaves.
They work, bro. Like they work for their food, bro. They look cute. So you eat them. Like, you're not gonna adopt
no
an
way.
ugly cat or dog
I mean,
unless you're like fucked up in the head.
isn't that kind of fucked up when you think about it?
We're all fucked up in the head. Let's really hear.
True. We're all mentally ill now, fuckers.
Yeah,
We're
I
all
view that
mentally
one
ill
hilly billy
now.
as my role model for this podcast. What's his
Ain't
name?
no way.
Him and Shane Gillis.
Is it Gillis or Willis? Am I stupid?
Gillis.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Gillis. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
okay. Getting back to
said
the
no.
topic.
No,
I would
fuck
just
the
say
topic.
that we definitely don't want to have
Yeah, it is Gillis.
U.S. arms in the hands of the cartel, who is going to use
What?
it to kill more people and transmit more drugs, both of which are bad.
I'd rather be in their hands than the Mexican government's hands.
Oh,
Honestly,
no.
I think I'd probably disagree with that. Because the Mexican government is plenty corrupt, but at least it's... I just made a fucking pro-government argument. Oh my God.
I got him, boys. I
Oh,
got
Dude,
him.
he's reforming, dude.
No,
I got
okay,
him.
okay.
I got him.
Considering it's between the fucking cartel
And
and
the
the
Mexican
government,
government.
the Mexican government is preferable. But
Nah, bro, fuck that shit.
wait, you're saying
What?
fuck the state?
Oh no.
Now,
no,
now
he's
you're
got
becoming
me.
like me.
He's got me. See, this is why I'm anti-Semite now, because of him.
Dog.
That's crazy.
You know,
For
people
those
are gonna
of you
come
who
away
think,
from this video thinking you're actually unironically.
For
By the
those who
way,
think-
he's not an anti-Semite. Just to make that clear.
yeah,
I mean, you
my
can't speak
my
for him.
boyfriend
Maybe
is
he
right
is.
here.
Maybe-
He's a Jew.
Did you just-
All right, look.
Okay.
From my
No,
experience with
that's-
Sonny Hawkeye, he's not an anti-Semite.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Kidding.
Yeah.
Anyways, what we're talking about? Oh yeah, let's go to the. Speaking of borders.
Hour 40 mark, lol.
Speaking of borders,
And
who
border
wants to take the
crossing.
topic? Border hopper. Let me see your papers.
Let's talk about Texas.
All right, let's do
How's
this topic.
Texas doing? You know, last time we checked up on them on the podcast, I think it was when they were having
Where
their
is it?
winter outages. Oops.
They still had that to this year too. They have bad
Really?
winter. They have
Ow.
bad like snow and shit. Like all
Ow.
of the Midwest.
Yeah, it's because
like
Texas likes to be
we call it the
independent.
Midwest.
Crazy.
I get it because they have
Crazy
better
pun.
taxes there and their housing is cheaper. I get it. And then
Interesting.
This episode sucks. If you want to click off now, I completely understand.
I'm pretty sure they're not even here, bro.
Yeah.
Like they collect
the
them as
future,
soon
dude,
as
the
they're
Yeah,
future.
we've
Bro,
been yapping for so
right
long.
right after the Israel topic. They all
Yeah,
went away,
everybody's
bro.
gone.
All
They
right,
hurt
all
our
right.
takes, bro. It is my
Your cheeks. What?
You know what? Now I'm pro-Israel just because of that.
Sandy cheeks?
Chow convinced me I'm pro-Israel now.
I'm glad I could change your mind.
Yeah.
That's Steven Crowder, dude.
Who's that?
Bro,
Anyways.
I'm not even.
Is he the guy?
convinced
Is
he's a
he
real
the Fox
person.
guy that got fired and that has his own
Oh,
Twitter
that's Tucker
podcast?
Carlson. Shut the fuck.
Tucker Carlson's based.
Who the fuck is Steve Carson?
No.
Steven Crowder. The change my mind guy.
Oh yeah,
know that meme?
isn't he gay?
I think he might be.
He seems like a gay guy.
That's
By the way,
like
for
his
those of you
number
who
one
don't
thing.
know, I am running off of 3 hours of sleep, and I have.
Oh my god, that explains so much. It explains your retarded arguments. It explains your weird behavior. Like
I've been.
it
very
explains so
dead.
much. We probably should have just recorded another date. On God,
Not kill yourself.
this shit was terrible.
No, I think I think when I'm drained of energy, I feel like I give the best conversations because I talk more when I'm more tired.
True,
Oh.
you do talk more.
All right, so take some Adderall and be tired all the time.
Adderall makes you tired. I thought Adderall makes you focused.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that make sense?
So you want to be in the state of tired, right? So that's why you're
What?
most like talking, right? You just
But, like,
said when
how
you're
would
tired you
that
talk
make
more,
you-
but when you have
Well,
Adderall,
how would Adderall doesn't make you tired?
We're
Though.
getting
it makes you more
distracted again.
focused.
Yeah,
which
but
means
that's
you're
not
talking even
tired.
more.
But that's stupid.
Exactly, you're
'Cause it's
still
gonna make- it's
tired,
gonna
but
wake
you're
you
more
up.
focused.
It's gonna wake you up.
Hey, look, it also
You know
makes your
how
dick
Adderall-
soft. All right.
Yeah, I know. I can see it in you, bro.
Well, I don't take Adderall first.
That's
Of
cap, bro.
all. I take 0 Adderall.
That's cap. That's not
Yeah,
what you
ask our
that's not
good
what you-
friend Kuma. All right, he
Whoa,
offered
you
Adderall
just
to me,
name
and I
dropped him
declined
like
it.
that, bro.
Yeah,
Why
you
name
just
drop
doxed
like
him.
that?
No, not Kuma, like the gamer tag Kuma. You know,
Yeah,
his
you just,
actual-
you just doxed him.
You just
bro.
doxed him again. His
Oh my
gamer
God.
tag, because his gamer tag has his name.
People are gonna like see out this guy Kuma.
His profile, bro. They're gonna go to his Discord and be like, oh.
They're gonna
because
be
his
like,
name's on his
are you
Discord."
racist, sexist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, bigoted person?
Yeah, let's his
Dog, no people are gonna look.
maybe bleep his name out now. You fucking dumbass. All right, let's go to Texas. All right, so Texas, to deal with these illegal, dirty immigrants that are crossing our border, they put barbed wire up, right? And Biden, was it Biden? Because I know Congress is the one who
Biden.
passed the thing that so basically Biden is like, nah, hell no, we're not having that. So he went to Congress like, oh, let me suck your dick, please, let me go in with the National Guard. And so the Congress was like, okay, we give you ability to go in there and take off their barbed wire. And Texas was like, nah, fam, we're gonna put more barbed wire, and now it's like a dispute between them, which like people are trying to raise war. It's gonna be a new civil war for America, which in my opinion, let's be real here, who's gonna win? The people with guns or the ghetto Mexicans that are like Vato have guns? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a interesting summary.
I mean, it did its job, kinda.
Look, all I'm saying is, I don't know. I don't mess with the Vatos, okay?
You know what? That was a great summary. All right. Perfect.
This is why I don't do summaries and talk about topics in this podcast, guys, if you wondered that.
I think the point of
everyone gets
us being on the podcast is to actually talk about the topics. So I can appreciate.
Let's just talk about a summary.
Change.
Let's just
Okay,
just talk about a summary.
so here's my opinion on the fact, right? Who holds the right to do whatever they want to the border? Is it the federal government or the state government?
Okay, that's
the argument
actually
here.
kind of a good
That's
question.
a great question. Yeah.
Because the federal border, which
Fuck
is
you
the
guys.
border of the entire country, and the state border, the border of Texas, are overlapping at this point. So it's kind of both.
Exactly,
be
but who
both.
holds more power though? in
Well,
that
I
sense?
mean, logically, big stick diplomacy would imply it's the federal government. But that's not a moral argument. That's a practical argument.
Let me
because
just
there's
give
other
the
I'll let Craig go.
let me give the argument that Texas is making. All right. So their argument is that because Joe Biden or the executive branch of the government or the federal branch of the government is not enforcing federal law, Texas has a right to defend himself from this is them saying, not me, quote unquote invasions. And their invasions, or what they consider invasions, are these illegal immigrants entering the country, violating law. And so when you have unauthorized people invading a country, that should be enough classification for them to say, all right, now we can enforce the law because the federal government's not doing a good enough job. And that's their whole argument. Continue, guys.
I did not listen to a single word you just said.
I'm real with you. I zoned out.
All right. All right, let me double down. Let me double down. Texas.
The brain rot is real. The brain rot is real.
All right, Texas is saying that an invasion is when someone who is not authorized to enter the country enters the country. And Texas is arguing that the federal government is not doing their job in protecting Texas from unauthorized access. So they have to take it into their own hands. That's their whole argument.
Texas pull a base move and put like a bunch of illegal immigrants on a bus and sent
That
them
was
to
Florida.
New York?
Also, how is
But
that
I think
based?
Texas followed suit. That's totally based.
Is it?
Send them to
Yes,
sanctuary cities.
because they also did no, it wasn't to that one. They just sent him to New York. Like,
Oh, I don't
because
know.
they also, I don't know
I
what
don't know,
state
man.
did this. They sent him to like some garden place. I don't know.
I kind of thought that
Martha's
was
Vineyard.
based, but at the same
there you go.
time, it's,
That's Florida.
Yeah, see, Florida
dude,
did that.
that was years ago, bro. It was
Year,
like-
that was last year.
I think it was a little bit more than that, actually. I think it was.
All right, let's
2022.
see.
Doesn't really
What's
matter,
the,
dog.
What's the bitch's name, man?
If it's like 1 year or 2 years ago, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My cock is bigger. Shut up.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis.
Who?
Ron DeSantis.
Ah,
DeSantis.
sorry. Let's go.
DeSantimonious or
Bro,
whatever. his name is.
DeSantis. Do you notice he wears high heels?
Yeah, apparently that's a thing. I didn't
King.
believe it at first, but then I saw the
King.
clips.
Shut
call
the
him
fuck
king?
up. Shut the fuck
Slay
up.
King in the high
You're
heels.
so gay. You're so gay. I'm
Wah,
so glad we
wah.
the furries. Anyways,
What? Oh, don't worry. We're gonna get to that.
we're gonna get there soon.
Yeah. Hold on.
Child,
Actually, I just realized.
I'll say your
you,
border shit.
You were talking about like brain
Yeah.
rot, right? I would
Yeah.
like to add a bonus topic because we really aren't stretching this out long.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that after this topic. I
Fair
feel
enough.
we haven't
Fair enough.
explored
All right,
this topic
I'm just
enough.
I'm just gonna say
I
my piece
feel
about
we
Texas.
should deport all the beer.
God. Okay. You first.
Now you first. I'll do last. 'Cause I'm down.
I sorry. I was born and raised in this country.
I was born in this country too. I was born
That's
in this
fucked up.
country too.
Were you?
Like, it was.
Could you show me your papers?
I actually do have papers. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
of course you have papers on hand. You're used to showing.
I do actually.
Expressed.
I'm sorry. Aren't you Italian?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not real.
I'm literally
Anyways.
a better immigrant than you. How's that?
A better. So you are
Better
immigrant.
immigrant.
So, are you sure you're born and raised here? Are you sure?
Third generation.
Show me your pasta papers.
All I gotta do is show my bank notes, dude.
Oh yeah, because you're Jewish. Right.
Oh,
Is that how you get in? Is that how you get into Israel? Is you show your bank notices?
That's a clip.
Because like how I get into Mexico is show my skin color. They're like, all right, here you go, go on.
All right,
No. In Israel, you scan the fun. Just scan a barcode on their little fun.
Oh, on his arm, on their arms.
No,
the
no,
barcode on their arms.
God fucking
You
I walked
keep
into
opening
that
the
one,
door.
God damn
You
it.
keep opening the door. This is why my friends are gonna hate me after this episode.
Oh fuck.
They're gonna be like, "This is the true Sonny, huh?"
Yeah. No, it is.
This is the true Sonny.
The true you is revealed.
The true me is revealed.
Anyways,
at 1:30 in the morning.
Here's what I'll say about this. All right. I
Okay.
think that it is a completely fair comparison to make between the flooding of illegal immigrants from our southern border into our country and a tactical invasion like that which would be used in a war. It's comparable because they are not following the process of immigrating legally, so they do not have good intentions for the country in the first place because they are not willing to work within its rules. So already they're at least shady. And then beyond that, they travel in large groups, caravans. And even beyond that, you have many documented cases of it's very, very shady behavior. And I think calling it an invasion is a bit extreme, but I understand where it's coming from. I really do. And so Texas wanting to secure the border, I mean, if Biden's not going to fucking do it, right? But the thing is, ultimately, at the end of the day, it is both. It is both Texas's border and America's border. And ultimately, Texas is a state of the United States of America. And what the United States of America does with its border surrounding all of the states, is a federal matter. And this is ultimately, I think, with the crux of the issue. If Texas wants to regain more legitimacy of what their borders are, that just happen to overlap the federal borders, then they can leave. And that's exactly what Texans are planning to do. Not all Texans, and probably not very seriously, but that's what they're proposing, and that's what this whole topic is about. And fundamentally, I think that from a moral argument, there is something to be said that, if Texas wants to secede from the United States, that should probably be allowed. It won't be, because that, post-Civil War, and also for basically all of America's lifespan, it's been pretty clear that the Union of States is permanent and you can't leave. But if we're talking purely morals here, there isn't anything inherently wrong with the concept of a state leaving the Union. Now, I know that's a touchy subject, a bit of a hot take, because the last time states wanted to leave the Union, it was the fucking Civil War. And that was for basically the sole purpose of promoting and maintaining the structure of slavery, which is immoral. I know, fucking crazy take from King Chow over here. Slavery bad, guys. Slavery bad. But
So based.
Nah, hear me out. What Kanye once said, right? Slavery is a...
Want to finish
Kanye.
that thought?
Is a bad thing. It's a very bad
That's
thing.
what he said?
That's exactly
Yeah,
what he said.
That's exactly what he said. What do you think he said? Do you think it was a choice? That's you though. Is that what you think?
Oh, dude, what the hell, man? You think
did not-
slavery is a choice?
I did
Why
not
do you
say that.
Why do you think that, child?
Bro, dude, I can't be friends with you anymore.
Sam,
You're literally friends with an anti-Semite. That's crazy.
Oh, no.
I'm not anti-Semitic.
Yes, you are. Dog.
I will
You know what he
totally
is?
date a Jewish
Anti-fag. Let's talk about this next
girl.
topic.
Hear me out. Hear me
Wait,
out. What
what?
if I date a Jewish girl?
Wait,
Does that make me an anti-Semite?
wait. Back up.
What?
About what? The fag or the Jewish?
Can we say fact?
Nah,
I
but I'll
mean-
bleep it out.
No,
But like
but
this old episode, me a fact. It's gonna be bleeped. Fact.
I mean, like,
Well, he's gonna cut. He's not even gonna bleep it. He's just gonna cut it out. He's like,
Yeah,
I can't be bothered to bleep all this fucking.
Honestly,
I've done worse.
If what you're asking for is, are you allowed to say it? Because you know that's how the politics goes nowadays. Yeah, good. You shouldn't ask.
This is why I hate you. I'm kidding. I will say this one last thing, right? About the beaners. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you know what we should do? We should pull a Hamas, right?
No.
And put a decoy, like suicide bomber, with the illegals trying to go, and right before they even get close to the border, boom.
Mines on the border.
Well, no, don't put mines. Those are inhumane.
No. Hold on.
What's worse, fucking suicide bombers or mines?
Wait, hold on. Mines. Hold on. Landmines and automated machine gun turrets on the border.
No, I think.
Oh, like Lethal Company.
Blacklist human life.
What if the border is just Lethal Company? Because the company is literally like the border, right?
Oh my god, the U.S. is the Lethal Company.
We are the company. Bro, and then, like, the beaners are, like, the stuff we put through the gifts to the company, you know?
Interesting.
Because they worsen our economy.
49 left. Okay, let's talk about this bill. This funny
I think you
bill.
should talk about this, Chow. This is
okay.
for you.
Get it? Because he's gay.
Fuck both of you.
It's the furry part more, not the gay part.
What's the difference? Why is it a furry and a gay?
Why is it don't say gay? I just realized. What
because
is this title?
It was a reference to the bill that everybody was calling "Don't Say Gay" when it wasn't actually that.
It was.
But shouldn't this be named like "Don't Say Furries"?
Shut the fuck up, both of you. All right.
He is right about that.
They're not even seeing the script. Yeah. The point of the script is for pointers, and we keep referencing it like it's our fucking Bible.
I feel like we should just hurry the fuck up.
I'm trying to.
Well,
Okay.
why aren't you going?
Honestly, we might have to separate this one into parts, which would be fine. Okay, so
parts,
guys. In the state of Oklahoma, House Bill number 3084, by Humphrey, second session of the 59th legislature for 2024. This is the introduction to the bill. And I want to preface, this bill has been introduced. It has not been passed. It has not been verified. It is not law. It is only a bill. So this is all just potential energy, right? We don't want to, signal that any of this is actually going to happen. It could, but it probably won't. So I am going to now list the contents of the bill as they are listed in this PDF. I'm not going to list all of it, because it's a lot of text. Well, it's not actually that much text, but the point is I want to keep this short. We're running low on time anyway. All right? As introduced, an act relating to schools prohibiting certain students from participating in school curriculum or activities, requiring the student's parent or guardian to pick the student up from school, providing for removal of the student by animal control services, providing for codification, and providing an effective date. Section 1. A new section of law is to be codified in the Oklahoma blah, 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 blah. Students who purport to be an imaginary animal or animal species, or who engage in anthropomorphic behavior, commonly referred to as furries at school, shall not be allowed to participate in school curriculum or activities. Wow, this is not a lot of text. The parent or guardian of a student in violation of this section shall pick the student up from the school, or animal control services shall be contacted to remove the student. This act shall become effective on November 1st, 2024.
All right.
So
this is great.
What? Okay. I just want to say, I think that it's not just that they're making, like, being a furry. Okay, there's been a lot of humbuzz in furry communities, don't ask why I know this, trade secret, about this being a bill to ban furries, just completely. That is not what this is. This is specifically about people students in school. So this is K-12. This is children who are publicly displaying in Oklahoma as furries and who purport to be an imaginary animal, as the bill's words suggest. So, okay, I have a couple of things, and then I'm going to let you guys cook, and then I'm going to argue with you because you're going to have terrible takes. The first thing that I want to say is that the phrase engaging in anthropomorphic behavior, this is how you can immediately tell that the person who wrote this bill has no idea what furries are. No fucking clue. Because if you look up anthropomorphic, the Google definition is relating to or characterized by anthropomorphism, otherwise known as having human characteristics. So to clarify, an anthropomorphic animal is an animal with human characteristics. That is the difference between like a fursona, right? That's upright. It usually has clothes, depending on where you're seeing it. It talks. It's a person. It has sapience. It has a mind. It's not an animal per se. It's an animal with human characteristics. The difference between that and something like an actual just an animal, right? Like, you know, it's basically just, you know, it's the kind of anthropomorphization that many, you know, art and animation studios have utilized the style of for decades. You know, Disney kind of comes to mind with that stuff. But it doesn't even have to necessarily be animals. It could be anthropomorphic cars. It could be anthropomorphic toys. It could be anthropomorphic, you know, fucking planets, elements. Doesn't really matter. The idea is you're taking a human quality or many human qualities and you're imposing it onto something that is distinctly not human. Right? That's the point. And so saying that someone is engaging in anthropomorphic behavior is literally to say engaging in human behavior or human activities or human characteristics. So by the wording of this law, I mean, obviously we know what it's actually saying, but like by the wording of this law, it would be implying that anyone who acts like a human needs to be picked up by their parent or guardian or animal control. And that leads me to my second point. And again, I'm going to let you guys cook after this. I mean, do I really have to point out the obvious? Fucking animal control. Like,
that's the best part.
Like, I think we've gotten to the point where this was clearly just written up to like spark outrage, and it succeeded. Believe me, it did. And this is actually kind of old news. This was, I believe, drafted on December 6th, 2023. So this is kind of old news. But, you know, this entire bill basically just exists to make people angry, to start outrage culture, and to, you know, kind of trigger people who are inherently kind of, supposed to think that the U.S. government is inherently against them. Which is stupid because it's basically just like a governmental version of trolling. But I really do want to point this out. Just, the Animal Control Services is completely unacceptable. I know it's the meme and the joke and like, oh, if they want to act like animals, then why can't we, you know, hunt them like animals or cage them like animals or whatever. You could say a number of things that you want to say, but fundamentally these are still human beings and they're children at that. I think the prospect of, you know, showing up with fucking, like, what are those, like, extended, like, taser arm shits? And, like, taking child into the back of, not a van, but, like you know those, like, trucks, like they have for, like, the dogs that go to the pound? That would be an absolute extreme overreaction, and it's clearly not meant to be taken seriously. Because if there really was supposed to be this kind of off-campus forceful escort, you'd probably just call the police, right? This is obviously just a fucking meme. It's literally government trolling. I have my own opinions about the rest of the bill and its intentions, but I would like to now open up the floor to you guys. Please, spit your shit indeed.
I'm just curious. Are there a lot of furries in Oklahoma?
I have no idea. Anywhere you look, you will find furries.
Okay, but this seems like if this is not a big issue and they just whoever made this bill just made this bill, I'm a little confused.
Nah, furries are always big issues. What do you mean?
Look, this is my opinion about this. If Oklahoma is gonna affirm transgender people or transgender kids in schools for the gender they want to conform to, then this should be applied. If they don't want to do that, then it shouldn't be applied. That's how I view it. So it really depends on what they include in schools and what they don't.
So to clarify what I think you're saying here is if transgender people are being affirmed in Oklahoma, then this bill should not pass.
No.
It should pass.
If we're affirming insanity, let's just affirm it across the board.
Okay. God.
It's kind of base take, but...
What's your take? Let me guess. Kill all furries?
Alright, hear me out, right? I feel like the bill is pretty good, you know? If animal control should be called if a wild animal if a wild animal is on, you know, school grounds. Because what would you do if a bear, a bear was on school grounds? Would you not call on animal control or police? They're scary, bro. They can kill you.
Affirming their gender, man.
Are you suggesting that a furry, a child who identifies as a furry, is equivalently dangerous and rabid
that's
like
not
a
the
bear?
bill says.
No,
they can
it is.
say that they are, but them taking action, bringing their fursuits, that's different.
That's not what the bill says. You should.
It is what the bill says because I did read it. Because if they bring their fursuits or like
does
try
it
to
mention
be an animal,
fursuits at all?
Yeah.
Where?
All right, let me
Yeah, so you don't even have it open.
Why would I have it open?
No idea what you're talking about. Again.
Damn.
Again?
Yeah, again.
Okay. Watch here. Because, literally, where does it say that doesn't involve furries?
No. You, the burden of proof is on you, good sir. I'm
because
asking
behavior of commons furry. Okay, how else would you know a person's furry if they don't have a fursuit on?
If they tell
if they're not
you
acting like an animal. If they're not acting like an animal.
Oh God. Okay, that's.
How do you act like an animal?
Because it literally says who engage in amphiphoric behavior and common referred as a furry. It's not the person, right?
Okay,
it's their identity and what they're doing.
Would be, I don't know, role playing as a furry. It's very hard to abstract considering we are talking.
So what I'm
children,
hearing, right? All I'm saying is, so if it's say they're barking or like role playing in class, is that not disruption to the class?
Yeah,
so when they get kicked out either way.
I'll say this: if there is a student and they are barking like a dog in the middle of class, I completely agree that is disruptive, but it's not especially disruptive. It's not more disruptive than any other form of, like talking out of turn or like yelling or just being a nuisance.
So when they get kicked out of class, the same thing here.
No, it's not actually. Because with this bill, you would be suspended or expelled, and again taken by animal control. This is a completely
you want to act like an animal, be an animal, bro. How else would you know someone's a furry and acting like a furry if they're not wearing a fursuit and actively trying to be an animal?
There is a significant, I would argue, too high proportion of minors on the internet who are furries and who are very open about it. They don't bring their fursuits to school, but they definitely do talk about it with their friends. And this bill might give, sort of the school administrative staff the therewithal to, kick those students out of school for mentioning or talking about them being a furry.
Where is that in the bill? How is just talking about their lifestyle?
The problem is that because it's so...
See, obviously, now for you saying that I don't know what I'm talking about, now you don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. The problem is that the bill is so short and vague in its wording. Again, they completely fumbled the bag.
It's not vague.
It is vague.
It's pretty there.
Okay, I've already mentioned that the word anthropomorphic behavior literally describes acting like a person. A normal human being. They fumbled the bag. This entire bill is a joke.
It's a good joke.
I mean, it is a good joke, but it's still a joke. And
Look.
here's the thing, right? Line 18. Students who purport to be an imaginary animal. So that's not showing up in a fursuit. That's saying they're the animal. Purport, definition.
I mean, you could purport to be a furry and then show up in a fursuit.
Claim to be or do something, especially falsely. That is what purport means. So, you want your answer to your question is line 18. Students who purport to be an imaginary animal or animal species shall not be allowed to participate in school curriculum or activities. It's not, it never says anything about a fursuit. It never says anything about a certain specific type of behavior that is not allowed. It is general and vague, and it could be extrapolated in a number of different ways.
means appear. So appear mean your appearance as of an animal. How would you not have an appearance of an animal without a fursuit?
I agree.
Exactly.
I don't think
my
that.
Point.
Oh God.
So saying that there's no in the bill that involves fursuits, you're literally using
no.
the word.
I'm saying that fursuit is not the lowest common denominator reasoning. You said that speech is not relevant. I'm saying that it is. Line 18.
I just showed you how it does reference fursuits. Like,
oh my God!
I literally showed you 2 lines.
Please, I think we need to have a recall on all of these arguments because you were too tired to make logical
It's
structures.
True. Because like, how else would you demonstrate you're a furry without acting or showing up looking like an animal?
Oh my fucking God!
Explain to me. How?
That's a good question, Chow.
I just explained it.
So you're saying just declaring yourself a furry is enough?
Yes, and talking about things that relate to the furry subculture.
So if I declare myself as an NFL quarterback, am I an NFL quarterback?
Oh God!
Well, I think this
goes
I think
back
that's the
to
whole point of the bill.
Labels versus occupation thing that I was talking about. Being a furry is an identity label. You can take it on and take it off at any time. It's an interest. It's a hobby. It has nothing to do with something that you are. I mean,
what?
Okay, if you are an NFL quarterback, that is your occupation, right? That is your role. If you are a furry, you can also be like, well, if you're a furry, you're probably like, an IT guy, software developer, like hardware.
Hey, are you
a lot
an
of
IT?
computer shit?
Are you an IT guy?
Let's move on to the next topic.
I'm sorry. I'm
losing my patience, man.
It's
just the absolute fucking head ass in this room is.
But I feel like it's a valid bill. I feel like it should be enacted.
How is that valid? Okay, okay, just forget the freedom of speech, freedom of expression arguments. What about the fucking animal control? You can't defend that.
You can't.
That's the best part about the bill, honestly. All right. I disagree with everything but that.
See, that
Wait,
was just
so you disagree with the premise?
He's memeing.
But
He's
memeing. I mean, this whole fucking bill is a
so
joke.
sick.
Are you
animal
telling
control
me
getting called on furries?
Dude, are you telling me for a second that you actually mean any of this?
Wait, Wolf made
All
a
right,
bill calling psychotic ward people, ward members, people who work for what is it called? The psychic wards, psycho wards.
Psychiatrists.
No. You know where they put the vest on you, you can't move and shit.
Yeah, psych ward.
Yeah, psych wards, right? What if we get those workers to come out and get the transgender people, right? And then put them in those psych wards.
Next topic.
All right, Chow. Let me just say something. I don't think Oklahoma affirms transgenders. So
who gives a shit?
No, because that's his argument.
My argument is if we're affirming insanity, affirm it all. Now, because of that, I don't think this bill should be approved. Even though I think it's hilarious.
I'm gonna go ahead and say something. I know this is definitely a different topic and we don't have time for this. I don't think that being transgender is insanity. I think it's a mental illness. I think it's gender dysphoria, but I don't think it's insanity.
Or maybe if we're affirming mental illness, we affirm it all the way.
I can agree with John on this. I'll think it's insanity.
No, I don't think it's insanity because
I think it's mental illness.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
mental
Well,
illness.
I mean,
Insanity is different. I
you
feel
can't
insanity-
think that it's a mental illness because it just is. That's just a fact.
All right,
It's
so
called
mental
gender
illness.
And
That's
that was
odd.
what?
I was making a joke saying it's autism.
I mean, you say that, but also there is actually quite a bit of comorbidity between being transgender and being autistic and being schizophrenic. Strangely enough.
We do have a friend like that. They have all of the
So-
above, and that is trans.
Masato.
Whoa, who needs a name drop him? Who needs a name drop him like that, bro?
Please just move on. I'm fucking.
No,
losing
we
myself.
haven't finished this.
No, we
haven't
have.
finished this topic.
We finished it.
So,
It's
Chow,
still-
you would not enact this bill,
No.
I
even
would
in
enact
California.
I
No,
think
in California, it wouldn't even make it.
not only is this bill immoral, but it's downright stupid.
How is
Even
it
if I
immoral?
did want to implement it, I couldn't because it's logically inconsistent.
How is it immoral?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Bro, okay. Hear me out, right? If you want to act like an animal, you can logical reason is, bro.
This is
you
the
can
same.
get treated like an animal.
This is the same level of argumentative consistency as freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Both of those arguments
true.
are completely retarded. Oh,
That's true. We've discussed it
All
before.
right, Chow, I'm just curious.
We've discussed it before, Chow. If you have freedom of speech, but there's no freedom of consequences.
Yeah, because getting beat up for what you say is completely legitimate, right?
Wait, who says consequences has to be all physical? It could be mental. It could be emotional. That's the thing, right? It doesn't only have to be physical. That's your main thinking of a consequence. Physical. Are you okay, Chow? You're okay. Someone beating you.
There.
His brain is breaking.
There. 40 not. Okay. When I was arguing with people about this very topic, they brought up the example of going into the hood and
Yeah,
screaming the N-word.
that was literally our discussion.
Well, it wasn't you
lot
saying it.
podcasts ago. It was me saying it.
No, it was
in the
not.
podcast. In the podcast.
Well, then
Go back to that
then I
episode.
also had that
Kaika-
discussion with someone else.
Kaika, go back to the episode. I know
Dog,
you won't and be like, stop the cap shit.
Doug, I have that conversation with multiple people because I am fundamentally a free speech absolutist, and I will always be a free speech absolutist. Fundamentally, okay, but we're getting sidetracked. To
No,
answer
I
your
feel it's a
question,
good conversation.
Oh, a good conversation to have 2 hours and 18 minutes into the podcast.
So, who cares about the length of a podcast? You can always cut it into 2 parts.
You were the one who was saying we had to hurry this along. If you want to sit around and talk,
But then
for
we got to the
hours, I'm down.
furries, dude.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about furries. We're just glossing over this topic that we've been waiting.
You know what?
to
Fine.
talk about.
Fine.
You know?
I will give you my perspective since you want it so badly. Okay.
Okay.
So what are you guys asking of me specifically?
I'm not asking anything, to be honest.
Oh,
What is inhumane about this? Because
okay.
are furries human?
Yes.
Because explain to me what furries want to be.
Furries want to be. Well, okay. Here's the thing. I would say furries want to be human, and that's actually true. Now the thing is, many people who are furries happen to be less than happy with their current situation of being human because they've let their fascination with anthropomorphic animals corrupt into, you know, a mental illness, which is called otherkin. And that's actually a different community with its own problems. And I think at some point it does kind of straddle the line, but they are ultimately still human either way. If you were asking how this is immoral, then there's pretty much 3 angles from how it is immoral. The first angle is First Amendment. So freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of association are all violated by this bill. Now, the counter-argument to that is that these are children, and children, especially in a school setting, do not really have access to all of those rights because they are not legally an adult yet, and you know, there are many points in, you know, our society where the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression of children are kind of inherently overridden or overruled by the demands of the parent. That's just how our society has functioned. And so, fundamentally, if you want to say that maybe this doesn't apply because for that very reason, I would disagree, but I guess I could at least understand where you're coming from. Again, it's at least conventional logic, right? But the thing is, I am personally a believer that even when you are a child, you do have at least some level of freedom of speech and freedom of expression, especially where this bill would be very much relevant, which is the teenage years and late teenage years, even for that. So 15, 16, 17, right? Right before you become an adult, is when, you see a lot of minors who are furries and who sort of openly talk about it in high school. Like me. I mean, what? No, I didn't say anything. But basically, okay, that was a joke. That was a meme.
It was not a joke.
Are you okay, Cho? You need help?
God. Okay.
Obviously, he's a furry.
Okay, so
It's animal control.
Okay, so God damn it.
I'm calling him to the house.
I'm getting to that. Okay, so it's fundamentally, I think, a right of that child's freedom of speech and freedom of expression because they are expressing themselves as a furry, and that should be allowed, right? The second thing that it violates is, because it is a statewide sort of act or bill that would turn into a law, it overwrites the rights of the school to be able to decide what conduct is and is not allowed on their grounds and their premises. I think you would have a hard time convincing anyone that just being a furry is grounds for being banned on all school properties. Maybe in certain select cases, especially where it's like, let's say like a Catholic school or a Christian school or other type of religious domain where the schooling and the religious doctrine are hand in hand, you could probably say that they should be allowed to restrict that behavior within their own school walls. However, saying that it should be banned outright removes the autonomy of each individual school to decide for themselves what they are willing to and to not to put up with. And of course, even that can be considered immoral because see reason 1. But it would at least be better if individual schools were able to decide that kind of thing for themselves. So it's top down and authoritarian, and that's bad. And then the third reason, and this is the biggest reason, is that I'm going to open up the bill again just so I'm entirely sure what I'm talking about. All right. The parent or guardian of a student in violation of this section shall pick up the student from the school, or animal control services shall be contacted to remove the student. That is completely unreasonable. We do not call animal control on human beings. Period. That just doesn't fucking happen. That is not their role. That is not their purpose. For humans that are acting out of control, you might even say wildly, hint hint, we call the fucking police. Because the police is the armament for enforcing laws upon the citizens. The citizens are not animals. Humans, by law, are not animals. And we do not treat them as such. It does not matter if they are a furry. That is a meme answer at best. It does not.
Can I mention something really quick? So when someone transitions from male to female,
I'm getting sick of the trans argument. This comparison is very moot and kind of pointless.
But let me just say something. When someone transitions, they are not legally like if it's male to female, they're not legally a female. But in society, a lot of people still treat them as such.
That's out of respect.
So don't you think some people want to be treated like the animals and you should treat them out of respect like that?
Well, no, I don't think you should treat them out of respect. You can if you choose to.
All right, so you could treat them out of respect. And what if they want to be treated like a furry and get taken away by animal control?
Okay, that That is
Fucked
okay.
argument, bro.
Oh no, hold on. I want to let him cook. All right, okay. So here's the key word, right? Want. What you're describing is essentially a really fucked up fetish, but I'm sure somebody thinks like that, right? Like, you know, I'm not even going to try to reenact what that thought process is because it would give me terminal brain cancer. But I think we all know what that person would sound like, and there would be a lot of ooh-oohs and a lot of really desperate words. The important part is that it would be voluntary, and this would definitely not be involving children. Moreover, I think this concept the concept that furries want to be animals is incorrect. The furry community only describes a very specific group of people who have an interest or fascination in anthropomorphic animals. It says nothing about how they see themselves as people. They might have an online persona that is reminiscent of an anthropomorphic animal, but that says nothing about who they actually see themselves as people. It's not comparable to the transgender situation. A much more comparable comparison would be otherkin, where they actually legitimately see themselves as animals and will act rapidly like animals to alleviate their species dysphoria.
I've just had a revelation.
What?
Trans people want to be treated like the other gender. Some furries don't want to be treated like animals.
Most don't. Yes.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's most, but
yes.
I'm not really here to argue about that.
That's the case. That is the case. You figured it out.
I've changed my position.
But here's the thing: even if they did, that would still be immoral.
Okay, well now I disagree.
God damn it.
Hey, if they want to be treated like animals, let them be treated like animals. That'd be funny.
Well, the thing is, if they want to be taken away by animal control and they say that voluntarily, it's weird, it's fucked up. But I mean, yeah, sure, fine. But codifying it into law is specifically talking about cases where it is involuntary, or it is compulsory. Because that's what
I've changed my position.
No, I
Thank
still,
you, Chow.
I don't know. How I view this case is the same way why I view the quote unquote don't say gay bill, is because the state's trying to stop the indoctrination of this mental illness, which I think both of them are mental illnesses. Okay. I'll say it's right here and there. I think both. I
totally agree.
Role playing in general, because that's the way I view.
Seriously?
RP in general, like people who take RP too seriously, like furries and stuff, like people like that. Because furries don't include scalies, right? Or the bird.
No, they do. They
right?
do. They're all the same thing.
Well, either way, all that community and all the fucking crap.
Queers.
Like, and with the whole like animal control, I feel like it's good because it puts that kind of thing to a preventative for people to do things and to do this.
That is not a moral argument.
Remember, this thing is a
practical argument.
Yeah, exactly.
What
morals
the fuck?
Morals are very subjective. Morals,
I'm asking you for your morals.
Yeah, morally, yeah, you're trying to prevent.
You're not making a moral argument. You're making a practical argument, and you're saying no. That's based.
No, because okay, it's morally because I don't want kids to bring their mental illness and indoctrination to infect other kids' minds if they bring their fursuits or their ideas of being a furry, right? Same with the trans and gay shit, right? Because if you put
whoa, gay? We're going that far? Like
that's why I brought up the don't say gay bill, because it didn't allow the teachings of homosexuality or trans into little kids who don't have the complex brain to fully understand and grasp the idea first.
Okay.
They could do that. That's their parents' job, right? That's the home shit. School is for education of all the things that's why religion is not taught at school. It's illegal to teach at school, unless it's private.
I agree, but oh my god, I'm fucking losing brain cells here. I think I've actually to the point where I'm starting to forget your argument because I just can't hold on anymore. It's just I'm losing it. I'm Joe Bidening. Can you please restate part of what you were saying?
So my argument is that I think this bill is good because brings it doesn't allow the doctrinization of
Oh yeah,
this
yeah. Okay, I
illness
remember my point. I remember my point.
into the sphere of kids or teenagers who don't fully grasp it.
Okay, so that perspective is one that I completely agree with in the context of teachers teaching it to students. What we are talking about is a specific kind of situation where the students are expressing it themselves, of their own volition, from their own discovery. That has to be different.
No, because you're still bringing that into the school.
So the problem isn't that they're being indoctrinated. The problem is that the idea is being able to spread it all. And that's just an inherent bad.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Unbelievable.
On site.
Are you hearing this shit?
All right, guys. I think we're not gonna come to an agreement here.
Oh, well, that's the point of the podcast. The point of the podcast is to discuss, and we never come to agreement unless, like, we all from the start.
Speaking of fire, let's talk about this next topic, dude. This is straight heat, straight gas.
I just wants to go
dog.
to bed. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. He has stuff to do in the morning. This isn't fair.
All right, guys.
And the podcast early.
To be fair, I'm excited to watch this video with you guys. All right. So this is like the culmination of the podcast.
Okay.
Chow, are you okay with the move on? Chow, are you okay to move on?
I don't give a fuck.
Chow is literally ended. He's not showing up for next podcast episode. He's like, "Fuck this shit. I hate these guys."
I might. This might be my last one.
Chow, hey, look, I'm just saying, you brought me to the light, okay?
Oh, so what? Did I show you that furries aren't otherkin? They're not the same shit.
You showed me that furries have human rights.
They always did, because they are people.
Are they?
People have human rights. De facto.
They have human rights, but you got to put that preventative out there. It's like
it's okay. You don't
remember. It's only if
see,
the parents don't pick them up. You gotta realize this. If the parents don't pick them up, then
how that is a form of indoctrination in and of itself. What you were describing.
Of anti-furry? How's it indoctrination if it's the default?
Oh. You know what? Let's just react to this thing. I think I'm done.
I got him, boys. I got him there. We got him, boys. I finally got him.
We'll leave that to the viewers.
I finally got him, boys. I got
the 0 viewers.
If you agree with, let me know in the comments.
Stop saying my real fucking name.
I hope you get doxxed. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this shit.
Third time.
All right, let's talk about MC Shapiro or Dr. Dreidel. Or Ben with the Benjies.
Alright.
He made a song with our favorite person, Tom McDonald's.
Are we gonna look at one person's screen or?
So, I think we set it up like you share your screen and then we watch it and we pause it, like we normally do.
Oh, we're doing another fucking reaction.
It's a Ben Shapiro rap song, dude. We got to. You haven't heard about it?
I don't think I want to live on this planet anymore.
I feel like I've broken Chow finally. It took 51 episodes, but then broke him.
You wish you could break me.
You're already broken, bro. You're already dead.
Maybe you should try to break me harder.
All right, chill out, buddy. This is kind of gay.
I'm done, bro.
Nah, we're watching this video.
We're watching this video, and then. And this is the last thing we're gonna do, and then you can rest.
Thank you.
Cap, we have 3 extra fucking topics.
No, we're done.
Where the fuck upstream the stream?
What? No, we're done.
We still have one topic though.
We have MC Shapiro, and then that's
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Share the fucking screen, please. Yay.
All right, Chow. We gotta put it on our happy face because we're about to get raped with comments, okay?
Again.
Alrighty, guys.
Alright, hold on. I gotta unmute. Oh, wait, it's unmuted. Okay,
Alright. I'm ready.
Go for it.
Oh, also,
this.
I just want to say, please cut out the part where it showed like my Google thing. Just.
Oh yeah, of course.
Full screen. Okay, bet. All right, everybody ready?
No.
Are you ready for the facts? Are you ready?
What do you guys think about the? What do you guys think about the drip right now?
I'm so brain dead. I thought Ben Shapiro's shirt said faggots.
Ready?
What do you think about the drip, guys? What do you think about the drip?
God.
I'm gonna be
I
real
don't
with you. The
care.
pants.
I do.
I think the sweatpants are not doing it for him. I think
I
Ben
I
Shapiro's
think
fit
Ben
is
Shapiro's fit is
fire.
whack.
I feel like it
What?
would have been better if it was a black jacket. The gray just isn't doing it.
Yeah,
No. Ben is whack because he's got skinny jeans.
They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, right. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no wonder protected. Where the...
What?
Okay.
What did he say?
I think we need subtitles.
We need a.
There's no subtitles.
This guy's Eminem, dude.
There's no subtitles.
No, there is CC. The CC.
No,
grayed
no,
out.
it's unavailable.
What?
Good luck, everybody.
What?
American flags at. Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you.
That was fucking bars.
No, it's not.
No.
I don't
That
like
last
the beat.
part.
I don't
No.
like his flow. I
His
feel
flow's pretty good.
I feel like he's just talking about the black community there, like how he's not gonna make them into thugs. They don't do drugs. They don't D.
I mean, yeah, but you could hey guys, gay son or thought daughter. Now, like, I feel like you could put quite a bit on the blame on the actions of the Democratic Party. You know, that throughout history.
That's
what
true.
they're talking about. So like,
To be fair, I think he's direct, or he's saying that because, just because he's a rapper, right? And that's what rap is known for.
known for what?
No, for what?
No, for what?
For what he
for
said,
what?
making your sons into thugs.
No, known for what?
Well, like,
Alright.
he looked like a thug though. You can't.
He does
you
look like a
can't
thug.
lie.
Well, yeah,
He does
but
look
So
like a thug.
it's being hypocritical.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
just because he looks like a thug doesn't mean he is a thug.
And if
He
he's
looked like
appropriating the
his-
thug aesthetic, but still using it to put out an anti-thug
Hold
message,
up.
that's
Show
still,
me
like,
one straight guy that looks, acts, and like dresses like a gay guy. Like,
What?
come on. Like,
What?
if
I think that's
it's
just
like
called.
it's like the duck scenario. You look like a duck, talk like a duck. You're a duck. It's a duck. Okay.
I
He
mean, you
looks like
can
a thug,
look
talks
gay
like a
but still
thug.
be straight.
But
You
act
look gay and still be straight. That's true.
I mean, think about like motorcycle drivers, right? Like,
Oh, you're right, Kaika. Oh wait, no, he's gay.
I don't drive a motorcycle. What?
I was talking about gay. Bro.
You're wild.
Motorcycles. What do you mean motorcycles? What about it? Motorcycles.
cyclists look straight but are gay. Closeted.
What's that?
Oh, like
Cyclists?
dykes. Yeah.
Dykes on bikes.
All right. I think they get it. Yeah.
I was put here to upset you.
Oh, there's Benny.
He looks like a dude.
Riot in the streets.
Benny.
He looks like a little brother, dude.
No one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do.
Oh my God.
Let's just keep
I
it.
asked myself what would Ben do. God.
That's hilarious.
That's kind of funny. Cause,
Okay,
Like, it's crazy.
Hey, the graphics go hard.
dude, this
yeah,
chorus is really bad. I liked the first the opener, the first verse. That was good. The chorus, hearing like, I don't care if I offend you. Like, dude, it's just
I don't know.
it's bland. It's bottom of the barrel.
If you're talking about music-wise, I'm not a fan of it because I don't like
Yeah.
fast-paced rap. Mostly because I just can't fucking understand it.
That's a mental skill issue. That's your I can.
Mental skill issue.
Well, no,
Mentally handicapped.
it's because your brain
Just
literally
like the left, always insulting the people.
your
Not
brain literally
saying
runs at a
facts.
slower processing speed. You're an
You notice
inefficient
how
processing unit.
notice how the left here is trying to demonstrate that like he's not. He's trying
He's
to
like an
say that I'm
autistic
dumb.
Fortnite kid, man. Super
Right?
quick with the reactions.
What?
You know
Who
the
you calling
autistic
autistic
Fortnite.
here?
No, the autistic
Who you
Fortnite
calling
kids are the
autistic
best
here?
pro Fortnite players, dude.
Let's continue. Fuck.
Real facts, don't care how you feel, man. If If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats.
That's kinda
I've got the
fire.
facts. My money.
Oh my god. No fucking way.
That last bro is fire.
Okay. All right.
Hey, rewind it.
Nah, catch that shit for
Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo. My pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a whack. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap. This ain't money.
That was really fucking mid. Like
Mid, really?
No, that was terrible. Like, okay,
I think
it had
a-
really good lead up, but Ben cannot fucking rap at all.
You seen
That
Jews
would-
can't rap?
Yes. And also you could definitely tell that he's just too old for this shit because he had to be like photoshopped into half of those poses. That was.
Let me just say this.
That was embarrassing.
All right. Some of the things he's saying really funny. Like my pockets are fat, just like Lizzo or something like that.
It has no flow. There's no lyrical.
But it's like a
progression.
monotone flow.
Yeah, the problem with it is it's monotone. It sounds like AI. Like if you did AI generated Ben Shapiro lyrics,
It sound like
and
that.
you put that,
They
it's
would sound
like,
better.
I don't know what.
No,
what's
honestly,
I think
AI
it's
Ben
the
Shapiro would sound better.
I think
'Cause
I've heard-
there's little clips of like actual emotion in the voice.
What if this is actually AI and like there's a huge troll?
Dude, yeah.
Damn,
What if it's
that'd
just
be
one
crazy.
giant psyop and this is all AI?
Because like
generated?
Chow said that he was photoshopped in, right? And like I don't know,
Honestly, this could be. I mean, the
he was
lyrics
too
don't
busy,
sound.
bro.
Yeah.
He was too busy.
All right,
I
do we
don't
keep
know.
going?
I like
Yeah,
the beat when he's in, but like other than that,
Yeah.
it's just very monotone.
This is
Like
just
at least I
peak
can
mid.
understand.
This is just mid.
Yeah, this song is mid.
Cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs. We ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns. Ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you. You mad, you mad, you mad. I guess it's cool to be the victim. Well, I'ma be the man. You said.
Yeah, I would summarize this whole song is just like, lol, you're so triggered, right? Which was funny back in 2016, but I feel like a lot of conservatives just haven't really evolved their humor past like, lol, look at how angry they are that I didn't use their proper pronouns. It's like,
That's pretty funny.
To be fair, I think Ben elicits the type of response. So
well, yes. The thing is, like, I don't know who the fuck this clown is. Like,
What do you
Tom
mean? You don't know?
McDonald?
We
Yeah, Tom
literally
McDonald.
reacted to another one.
Bro, we use his outro music, or his music as our outro music.
we do?
Yeah, he did Clown World.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty mid too.
Yeah, we actually.
what?
No, I retract my statement of it being a mid song. It's actually an amazing song.
It's
I
just
Fire
not.
song, dude.
It's just
Fire.
not,
So fire.
man.
Fire, bro.
It's so fire. McDonald DMs.
I think part of the
here,
reason why you
there.
guys like it is because you agree with it, which is not unreasonable.
You
But
see, I don't like the music, but I like the message.
That's
That's
fair.
what I'll say about
that's
it.
fair.
Dude.
I think the
It's not
message
my
is
cup of tea.
basic, but obviously I agree with it.
I don't think it's basic. I feel like it's getting its point across in a very clear way.
I think the greatest part about all this is Ben Shapiro could claim he's the #1 rapper in the world.
Is it actually number one now?
Yeah,
That's
it's the #1
crazy.
song in the country.
Well, it's not the world. It's just country, dog.
Also,
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
in the
say
world now.
this. You know, like in terms of the whole like basic thing, like this guy's basically just like sticking his tongue out and be like, nah, you're mad, you're mad. It's just not.
It's kind of funny. It's got bass. I'll do the same.
I don't know.
I do the same. This whole episode I've done
Yeah,
the same.
that's incredibly basic.
Very me
and
song
shallow.
now.
All right,
It's shallow.
let's continue. We haven't
Yeah,
heard
let's
all
just
of
finish it out.
it.
Yeah. Maybe there's something else.
You said You just try to get attention, being triggered's all you have. You mad, you mad, you mad. You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You sad, you sad, you sad. I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do. Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man. I'm the man who don't respect you.
Okay, I don't know why in that last part of the chorus, when he says real facts, I keep hearing real fags.
Like double meaning, dude. Double entendre.
Oh, really? There's no way that's intentional, but like.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, it can't be.
Yeah.
No,
It's YouTube, dude.
Too terrified. Too afraid.
All right, so what would we rate that? Let's give our ratings.
What? Okay, so I think I gave the last song we reacted to of his like a 2. I'm gonna give this a solid. Like, okay, based off music wise, it's like a 4 or 5. Message wise, I give it like an 8 out of 10. So I'm gonna average it out.
6.
6.
I know fucking math.
All right, Chow, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna give it four things. All right, I'm gonna say, the lyrics. So like the presentation of the message, and how it was structured. Honestly, I'd say it's a 5. It's just peak mid. There were parts of it that were like a 6. There were parts of it that were a 4. I'm averaging to a 5. In terms of the instrumental and the beat, it was passable. It did its job. I'd give it like a 6. In terms of the message, again, passable, very basic and watered down. But I do agree with it. So again, 6. And visual presentation. It was fine, you know, like I can't really claim anything specific because it was just so forgettable. Like there were parts of it that were obviously like photoshopped or edited and that kind of sucked, but I really am having a hard time saying it was outright bad. I'd give it another 5, so 5.5 in total.
All right, my rating is I would say it's a 7. I think
really
just because if you get Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro's famous for saying rap is not a music genre. So if you get Ben Shapiro into a rap song, that's already a win.
You know what? I'll say this. For pure irony factor, I would give it an extra half a point and round it up to a 6.
Yeah, it's like
well, because it's just like, you know, you got this fucking
it's too good.
Like 40-year-old boomer, a fucking Ben Shapiro, who is clearly like out of touch. I honestly used to think that he wasn't out of touch. He's out of touch. Honestly, like the way that he talks about things and the messages that he gives, he's starting to sound like and look like a broken record. He's lost his way. But I'll say this: getting him on board with this and getting him to pose in something that he fucking hates is, I mean, it's hilarious. You know, if nothing else, that was enjoyable just to see him like be very obviously uncomfortable and confused in his fucking like facts don't care about your feelings jacket. Like, I know I'm sounding like a big like Ben hater. The thing is, I don't hate him. I don't hate him, and I don't hate his message. I think his messages are pretty good, and I think especially in things that he's very good at and knowledgeable at, like the whole Israel-Palestine thing. I think, you know, quite a bit of his content is pretty good. But when it comes to actually like interfacing with the youth and interfacing with modern day culture on the internet, you could just tell how disconnected he is from it all. Well, because, you know, he actually has like a life like outside of the internet politics thing, and you know, like whenever you would like react to like TikToks or YouTube videos, you can just tell, man, he's out of it, and that really reflected in this video. So yeah, final rating 6 out of 10.
All right, so I'm 7, you're 6, and Sonny, you're 5.
6.
6. Okay. So I think if we average that out, it's like a 6 point.
Yeah, it's a 6.6666666 repeating 7.
Of course, you fucking. What do you mean, bro? No.
All right, so that's our final score. It's the Sons of Liberty approved score of facts.
666. The best number.
Oh no.
No,
Oh,
it's 6.33. You fucking.
Wait, is it? Let me do the Google math. 6 plus 6 plus 7 divided by 3.
All right. And then I think
fucking saying
before we end today,
6.33.
we should do a re-react now that it's been a while to the
No.
best music video of this year and the last year, which is J Christ by Lil Nas X.
Oh no.
No.
We can't watch that again.
I think we should rewatch Lil Nas X J Christ. I
don't want to be a fat.
I think it's a very good video with very interesting visuals and very cool lyrics. And I agree with the message entirely.
Oh man, are you guys getting tired or is it just me, man?
I feel really tired.
Yeah, this is almost gonna be the 3-hour mark.
Nah, guys, we should talk about the new FNAF movie leaks coming out of FNAF 2 movie.
FNAF movie.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
I thought the. Oh, never mind. All right.
Damn, we're just gonna end it like that. Okay, I see how.
I'm a dirty. Well, you want to watch J Christ again?
No, I don't actually want to watch J Christ again. I mean, I actually did unironically like that song and listen to it on my own time. I'm not kidding. Not kidding.
Yeah.
Bro, no way. There's
well,
no way, bro.
I mean,
There's no
okay.
way.
In my defense, like he made it work. The song.
All right. Shit song. Anyways,
actually, it was peak, and you only hate it because you disagree with it religiously and politically.
Well, shit. If you disagree with something in all your being, obviously you're gonna find it shit.
Guys, the video has a 43% dislike.
See now,
ratio.
see, Charles now understand the conservatives' jokes. Womp womp. Exactly.
Oh god damn it. He does have a point.
What we take away from this episode is that Kaika hates black people.
Well, I mean,
King Chow hates brown people.
And you hate Jews.
I love the Jews. What do you mean? You guys swayed me. I'm now pro-Israel. I love Hamas. Anyways.
What the fuck? All right. I think if there was anything to tie this whole episode together, it's that a lot is happening. That honestly, 2023 was a bit of a dry year. There were some politics things that happened, and we covered those when we could. We were also usually pretty absent, but I say it's glad to be back because there is a lot to cover, and there seem to be quite a few cracks forming in the wall. Is this going to be World War III? Is it going to be some kind of proxy battle? Maybe like what Metal Gear suggests. There's a reference. Or is it just going to be more of the
Metal Gear from Fortnite? The guy from Fortnite.
Everyone in the comments shame him for that one. But yeah, so
the one Indian kid is gonna shame me. Sorry, Baljeet.
That's crazy.
Bro,
that's a wild statement, man.
That was too wild.
Okay. I gotta say this wild shit so we can get popular as being
or get taken down for racism.
Look at that one dude. What's his name? The fucking hillbilly guy. You guys know who I'm talking about?
Theo Vaughn.
There you go, Theo Vaughn.
Okay,
my role
model.
Well,
I think we are reaching the end of our time for today.
Okay.
It's certainly been a wild one.
Long episode. How long has it been?
2 hours 54 minutes.
That's great. We should carry it out to the 3-hour mark, guys.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
he's your host with the least. I'm a D2
we
casual.
Already have,
he's a fucking season 2 never coming out. Boom.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.